Happy Sunday, everybody. I hope you're ready to show TNA some love tonight. My God, we don't do this very often, and this one was recommended, I believe, by Ryan, and I like to try to do whatever Ryan says, and he threw out TNA Slammiversary last time we were here for a watch-along, and a bunch of y'all were like, oh, hell yeah, let's do that. I don't know anything about this show. I think I briefly looked up the card on Wikipedia, and I'm like, okay, why not? What do I care? Let's do it. Fine. TNA Slammiversary 2008. This is good for me. It educates me on shows I've never fucking seen instead of watching shit I used to like from being a kid. So I like taking these little breaks from the norm and doing something different. We've done plenty of ECW shows over the years, and I think we've done 2 or 3 TNA pay-per-views, but not a ton. And of course, just recently we started doing the Monday Night Wars watch-alongs where we select a Raw and Nitro from the same night. We did that the last couple of weeks, and that has been a lot of fun. We'll probably pick that up next week or the week after. As we talk about what to do for the rest of June. But we are here tonight to watch TNA Slammiversary 2008. Luckily, this show in its entirety is available here on YouTube on TNA's channel. So there are 2 versions of this. There's a members-only version. So if you're a member of TNA Wrestling on YouTube, you've been able to access this event for a couple of years, I think. But the actual event was just posted 1 month ago to the public. So if you cruise down to our description, you will see I've posted the link to Slammiversary. That'll take you right over to the YouTube link, and that's where we are going to be watching this show tonight. So looking forward to it. Apparently, we're also going head-to-head with the Ass Boy Freedom event or whatever. I hope it gets rained on. I'm not paying any attention to that shit at all. Don't care about the UFC. Don't care about the White House. Don't care about Shithead's birthday. Don't care about any of that stuff. So I just hope it rains and everybody gets struck by lightning. That's all I care. That's all I care about. So if you guys want to provide updates on that, feel free. But just remember, I don't care. We're going head to head with that. No basketball. No basketball. Knicks wrapped up business last night. There wouldn't be basketball tonight anyway, but there might be hockey. We got Stanley Cup tonight? I don't even know. So I'm not really sure what we're going up against this evening. Hopefully your attention is not too divided, and you can hang out with us tonight and watch Slammiversary 2008. All I really know about this one is I believe Samoa Joe defends in like a King of the Mountain type of match, like a multi-man type of deal, right? Other than that, I know about Kurt Angle and AJ Styles, I believe, is on the show. I don't know anything else. So this should be fun, and you guys can definitely educate me a little bit as we're watching through this. You can probably provide me with a lot of details and history in some of these storylines and these matches and what's going on there. I always like doing that stuff. So that is what is on tap for this evening. I'm going to do some quick shout-outs in the chat here, and then we're going to go on with our watch along here. This is going to be easy this week because lately we've been doing 2 shows. We've had to switch platforms from YouTube to Netflix when we're doing the Raws and Nitros. Tonight, we just stick right on YouTube. Very easy, very standard, normal timer that will start running there once we all hit play together. And we're going old school tonight. So TNA 2008, this show is 18 years old. I was 31 when it aired. And like I said, I don't remember anything about it. I was a busy guy back then when I was 31 years old. I was barely keeping up with WWE. So there was no way TNA was going to get any of my attention back in these days. So looking forward to this one. Let's see who's here. Say some hellos. Who we got in the house? Bunch of y'all. Good to see. Official Pro Rose on VR. R.I.P. Oliver Tree. I did not know who Oliver Tree was until today. And then I Googled him, seemed like he was a really well-liked guy, heard one song that I know I've heard before, just didn't really know anything about him. Super sad situation. Helicopter crash, I believe, in Brazil, which sucks. Rest in peace to him, and I think a couple of other influencers lost their lives today. But I'm very out of touch with pop culture, so a lot of times I don't even know who people are. And I wasn't really aware of Oliver Tree, but very, very sad to hear that. But it is good to see Zane G. We also have Ryan Adams. Ryan, this is courtesy of you, bro. You're the one that recommended this, and like I said, I just do whatever you say. So if you want it, you get it. Melissa Hernandez is in the house as well. Good to see you, girl. Mike Rouse, Michael Kumo. We have Aaron Hanrahan. You know, when I was growing up in North Kakalaki, I had a kid that I went to school with. He lived right around the corner from me. His name was Matt Hanrahan. I always remembered him. Anyway, never heard, and we used to call him Hammerhead, Matt Hammerhead, because it sounded like Hammerhead, but Hanrahan. So Good to see Aaron. We have Tatanani in the house as well. Good to see Ben Espinoza, George Morris with his token 5. Hey, Greg, how are you doing? How is Tito? How is Elizabeth? What about King of the Ring 97? Dude, we were close to doing that one this week. Or a WCW PPV. What happens when we run out of things to watch? Good question, but I don't think we're ever going to run out of things to watch. I think the Raw and Nitro stuff could keep us busy for quite a while. Plus, we still have some old school pay-per-views like King of the Ring 97 that we haven't even gotten to yet. And then we have some classics like, I mean, for example, we watched WrestleMania 6, 5 years ago? We could always just rewatch one of those. So I don't think we're ever going to run out of things to watch. And WCW pay-per-view might be good coming up next, maybe Great American Bash or something, because we are heading into the 30th anniversary of the NWO. As a matter of fact, I'm heading off to Hawaii in a couple of weeks for a week, and I am preparing right now to drop a video on the 30th anniversary of the NWO. So it's going to be a released video that's going to be up while I'm gone. But I think also, you know, maybe next week we maybe look at Great American Bash, because that was the first one before Bash at the Beach. That would have been the one, unless we've watched it already, but that would have been the one where Hall and Nash powerbomb Bischoff through the table. We might have watched that one already, but if we haven't, maybe Great American Bash next week might be a good suggestion. We'll keep it on our list. But thanks, George, as always. Tito is great. I don't know where he is. Elizabeth is great. Everybody's great here. So thanks as always, George. Jacob A., good to see you. Good to see Garrett Osborne. We got Big Funds HC. We are Pro Wrestling in the house as well. Gilbert Arbalo. Good to see Domo. Good to see Ricky Zalvadar. David Brown. The Juliet is here. We also have Cowboys fan. We got It's Robert. We have AJ Daniels. Good to see you. Just don't want to do too many double shout-outs. Mike Witt is in the house. Good to see you. Good to see Angie. I'm not sure if I got you yet. Mr. J is here as well. Daniel Berry Sports, and anybody else chiming in to say hello. Thank you for being here. UFC in a rain delay. Oh, that's such a shame. My heart just bleeds for them. I hope it's permanently delayed. And yeah, congrats to the New York Knicks. I thought the Spurs were going to beat them the way that series was going, like in Game 3 and shit. But man, what a run! And they had 3 of the biggest comebacks, like in finals history, to win. So they earned that one. Congrats to their team. Congrats to their fan base. Looks like New York is still standing. I was really kind of disgusted by the behavior of the New York fans and, you know, burning shit down and beating people into comas and whatnot. I just think that's insanely animalistic behavior over a fucking basketball game. It's ridiculous. Not that we're the only ones that do that shit. Other countries are fucking nuts about soccer. I think the whole idea itself is crazy that we go that crazy over something like that, which I think is, you know, part of the reason why I'm a little bit turned off by sports. But it's good to see that Manhattan appears to still be standing, and with some minor damage, maybe a couple of fatalities, a bunch of injuries, I'm sure, and a shitload of arrests. But it looks like New York City survived last night, even though they still have the parade coming up. That's going to be wild, but it's good to see the Knicks, a championship, come back to New York for the first time since Phil Jackson played for the team, and back then Bruno Sammartino and Pedro Morales were our WWE champions. That is how long ago the Knicks, it has been since the Knicks brought a championship to New York. So even though I'm a Pistons fan, glad the Knicks brought the title back to the East. Good for them. Good to see Doug Unfunny is here as well. I don't think I got you earlier. And okay, thank you for that, We Are Pro Wrestling. We have not done Great American Bash 1996. Maybe we can do that one if it's available. Thank you. Internet Archive has all the WCW's pay-per-views that are not on YouTube. Internet Archive. What's Internet Archive? Okay, that's right. I've one thing about Great American Bash is it's got to be available easily for us to access. I don't want to fuck with Dailymotion. I don't want to mess with ads or anything like that. So I'd rather not watch it on a sketchy site. To me, it's got to be Netflix or YouTube or Peacock or something that we can all access together without having to worry about any shady shit. So we'll have to give some thought about what to do next week. Maybe the first Great American Bash. It's a good suggestion there too. So we'll think about it. But while we're thinking, let's hit play on TNA Slammiversary 2008. Now help me out with TNA Slammiversary. What is their biggest show? Is Slammiversary the biggest show, or is the other one? Not Lockdown. Bound for Glory. Is Bound for Glory when I'm thinking? What's their WrestleMania? That's my question. I think it's Bound for Glory. I think it's Bound for Glory. I don't fucking know. You guys can educate me on TNA because I never liked them back in the day. And even now, like, even now when I look back at TNA shows, it's still just not appealing to me. I'm going to give it a shot tonight because there was some great wrestling there, great wrestling matches there, some great talent there. I just never was about their vibe. I didn't like the Impact Zone. I didn't really like fucking the guy with TNA who passed away, Don West. I mean, he's great and everything, but there's just something about the vibe that I got from TNA that was a turnoff to me, and I can't really explain it. And now years later, when I've tried to watch some of these shows, it's not like WCW. Like when I was a kid, or not a kid, but when I was younger, I was kind of team WWE, and I didn't appreciate WCW as much as I should have. And I really appreciate them now. I don't have that same sort of appreciation for TNA looking back years later at some of the days when they were considered to be in their prime. Great. There's some great matches, some great moments, and it's not like those things didn't exist. It's just the entire promotion as a whole didn't speak to me. I don't know if that makes any sense or if any of you can relate. It just didn't. So I'm happy to give them a chance, with some of these shows, especially if y'all are like, dude, this is a great pay-per-view. You got to watch it. I know we've done a couple of reviews over the years, and Unbreakable here or there, and some other TNA reviews that I've done that I have ended up enjoying. So we will see how much total nonstop action sports entertains Greg tonight. All right, so hopefully you guys have gone down to the link, clicked that TNA Slammiversary link down there. Hopefully it's going to be easiest if you have premium. If you don't have premium, you're going to have to fuck with some ads. I'm sure I've killed all the ads on this video, so you won't be interrupted on my channel. But over on TNA, if you don't have premium, you probably are going to get hits with some ads, which is what that timer right there is for. We're going to hit play together in a minute. That timer will begin to run. So if you have an ad interruption, just sync yourself up, and we'll be good to go. Yes, TNA is an acquired taste. Let's see if I can try to acquire some of that taste. I really, really, really want to, because if I can get that taste, if I can get the juices flowing for TNA, that opens up a whole bunch of more watch-alongs and reviews that we can do in the future. So, anywho, I think we should get going on Slammiversary. What do you say? All right, let me cue up my fingers here, and we're going to go We're going to do a 3-2-1 play like we always do. You guys know the drill. All right, where's my timer? There it is. Where's my play button? There it is. Okay, I'm queued up with my two fingers over here. Y'all ready to go? Here we go. TNA Slammiversary 08. 3, 2, 1, play. Yes. The last two I was off by a couple seconds. I nailed this one. Oh, they're in Memphis, Tennessee? All right, well, that's cool. They're not even at the Impact Zone. I'm glad that they're actually at a venue. I didn't like when WCW ran Saturday night at the theme park either. What year did they do the cookies? When did the cookies happen? I think that was years earlier than this. That was probably like 04. Because by this point, 2008, Dusty's already back in the company. And I know Dusty was a part of that cookie shit too, right? I remember seeing that being like, what are you guys doing? So dumb. We're going to deliver cookies to SmackDown and poke the bear. Yeah, how'd that end? How'd that work out for you, TNA? They are? Who? Jay Lethal and who? SoCal? And the phenomenal one forgot to remember to forget all those beatdowns he took at the hands of the Olympic gold medalist. Now payback is postmarked. No pro wrestling company has ever been able to best WWE in their pre-pay-per-view video packages. WCW sucked. They look so low budget, low rent. This doesn't look much better. AEW does them okay. I think they're the closest thing, but WWE's always just had a knack for that shit, In the ghetto? Did he say in the ghetto? In the ghetto? In the ghetto. All right. I was born 2 weeks after Elvis died. That's how old I am. I was in utero, and I heard that Elvis died. I'm like, oh, good, finally, now I can come out. Walked right out. Mike Witt, appreciate the $5. Not even close. Don't even ask me that. Better promotion, TNA or AWA. AWA by a universe. All right, you got their little entranceway there. A lot of pyro. Where are they at? Where's the venue for this? We got to look this up. What do we got for the attendance here? We got like 2K in there? 2,000? That looks like 2,000 to me. No, it could be more. That could be more. Let's look it up. That could be more than 2,000. I'm probably shortchanging them. What's the attendance on this? Attendance 2,000. Exactly. Nice and even. Oh, wait, that's not right. Oh, yeah, it is. They're at the DeSoto Civic Center in South Haven, Mississippi. That's where they are? I thought they said they were in Memphis. What's going on? What are we doing? What's going on? That's the rule now. Yeah, this says that it's South Haven, Mississippi, very, very close to Memphis or something. It must be. X Factors, definition of definition, defends the gold. What the fuck does that mean? Little Petey and Big Papa Pump, life into the X Division, Kaz escapes Terror Dome. Well, I don't even know what any of that means. Is that English? What was all that shit written on the screen? You talk about being out of the loop. At least I know who the wrestlers are. I'm going to know who everybody is here. There's not going to be a wrestler that I'm going to be like, who's that? But in terms of like what TNA was doing at the time, there might be somebody I say who's that. But I think for the most part, I'm going to know everyone. I remember being next to Kaz in the buffet line on the Jericho Cruise. We had very different looking plates. I was like, stop eating all the chicken, man. God damn. Kaz, fucking hog. All I'm asking for is one piece of chicken. He couldn't give it to me. Asshole. Oh, so Petey Williams is doing a little mini Scott Steiner? That's cute. I think Petey Williams is an agent in WWE, right? Or producer? Who's the girl? That's not Shaniqua, is it? That can't be her. Who's the girl? Whoever it is that survives tonight and thrives in the King of the Mountain main event. And that's such a great point. I can think about this. When you say, well, it's got to be tough after a title match at Slammiversary to go in the next Thursday. But whoever wins the King of the Mountain will have done the same thing. Oh, yeah. South Haven, Mississippi. I'm looking at the map. It's right on the border of Tennessee. Oh, yeah, Raka-Khan. That's right. I forgot about her. Yep. I knew it wasn't Shaniqua. That's why I'm like, am I going to sound like an asshole for saying that's Shaniqua? Yeah, I didn't know much about her. But I remember her. So, was TNA always doing the powder blue and bow ties for the refs? I love how they have the aspect ratio kind of pulled out here for this. I'd almost rather have it standard definition for this. It's not the best video quality, is it, on TNA's own? They don't have a better cut of this? This looks like something I'd upload. Game 6 right now. I forgot. It is tonight. Okay. It's kind of cool to see because this is an 18-year-old show. So a lot of wrestlers that we see that we're familiar with that might still have a presence in wrestling today are going to be very, very young here. And Kaz and Petey are showing a lot of athleticism so far, which I like. But remember when I mentioned Shaniqua earlier, did she ever appear for TNA? She didn't, right? I mean, I just don't remember her after the Bashams thing. Like, I have no memory of her beyond that. Why are we fading to black? Okay. What, do you have a commercial or something? I love that I was like, this looks to be about 2,000 fans. I'm like, let's look it up, and it's exactly 2,000 fans. Because I thought I saw her like one place outside of WWE briefly, but I guess not. I am misremembering. Mike's got 5 more. Will always believe if Vern would have not been stuck in the 50s, AWA would have overtaken WCW as the second best promotion. I think if Vern would have been stuck in the 50s, they would have overtaken WWE as the first best promotion because they would have kept Hulk. If Vern had half of the vision that maybe Vince did for Hogan, then Hogan probably wouldn't have left. And we'd be looking at a much different looking biz. I think Vince's expansion would have been stopped in its tracks, without Hulk Hogan in WrestleMania 1. Whoa! God, that was fast. And I remember even at the time, I used to just be tickled by the 6-sided ring. I'm like, I understand. Like, I don't mind trying something different. That's the same reason why I like the Leo Rush character. Cool, try something different. As a wrestler, I would hate to have to worry about wrestling in a 6-sided ring as opposed to a 4-sided ring. I know it was their trademark, but I never liked it. I'm like, if you're going to do that, I'd rather do a circle. I don't think you can make the ropes go in a circle, but if you could do like a perfect circle, that would be hilarious. Who's this little referee? Why do I know him? He's a longtime TNA ref, right? Yeah, whenever I voiced complaints about the 6-sided ring, I was in the minority. A lot of fans didn't mind it. I just, the biggest reason why I think I failed to connect with TNA was just due to my age. I mean, think about the shit that I had seen by the time TNA got on the map. I mean, I was in my 20s for the Attitude Era and shit. I was a kid, for the Hogan in the 80s and high school for New Generation, and I saw so much crazy shit. ECW and the NWO and Austin and the Monday Night Wars and all that stuff. So by the time we got to this just was not attractive to me. Wrestling in general wasn't attractive to me. It wasn't even really TNA's fault. It was just, I'd seen all the good shit already. And there was nothing that TNA was going to give me that I was going to enjoy because of what I'd already witnessed. Now, if I'm 11 years old, I'm going to have a completely different viewpoint of this show. If I'm 11 in 2008, then my memories of TNA are going to be different than the memories I have now. So they have an audience. They have fans that grew up with this. But that fan wasn't me. Nice. God, Petey's got the hair, he's got the goatee and everything. I'm assuming he's got a legit broken nose here. They keep saying they're in Memphis.
He's taking advantage. He let Kaz almost kind of burn himself out a little bit early on. And ever since Roger time got involved and allowed Petey Williams to hit that DDT, it has been all Maple Leaf up. Right to the eyes again by Williams, who remains in control of this matchup. Going to bring Kaz back out towards the middle of the ring. Clubbing below the back and try and take him up. Looks like a suplex attempt on the right, and that's exactly what it is. Snaps him over and continues.
And Steiner was still wrestling at this point, right? Oh, yeah, he's got his wrestling gear on out there. Yeah, okay, I've got the map now. Yeah, South Haven basically is in Memphis. It is right. It looks like it's a football field away from the Tennessee border. And then Memphis looks like it's, I don't know, maybe 10, 20 miles to the north. So it's very close. Dan Engler, thank you. What's he doing these days? Why do I feel like he's still doing stuff? Is he in WWE? Yeah, he's in WWE. Okay. I was like, why do I recognize him? Dan Engler. Back in the day, I knew all the referees. Now referees, they're almost invisible to me. My brain will block them out like a green screen. It's crazy. Sometimes when a match is over, I couldn't even tell you if the referee was a man or a woman. Like, I don't even remember. Like, that's how good I am at, like, just blocking their existence out. And that's WWE's fault after they stopped caring about what their names were and shit. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to be paying attention to these guys then.
I'll tell you what, though, you can feel the momentum switching right here. I mean, it was all Petey Williams, and now Kaz getting it back.
Now, help me out. Petey would have been, he was one of the, like, the Team Canada guys, right? Oh. Is that what they were called, Team Canada? Or was that WCW? There's a bunch of Canadian dudes in TNA, right? And I think Petey was one. Maybe Scott D'Amore, right? Who else was a Canadian guy? Team Canada. Rude? Was Bobby? Or is Bobby Roode American? Is he from here? Is he red, white, and blue? Nice cutter. Nice slingshot cutter. Because I never liked the slingshot move, but if you transition it into a cutter, that's not so bad. Eric, that's right. Eric Young, Robert Roode, and Little Petey, right? I was right on Team Canada. I was thinking that was just a generic name. I thought they had something cooler. Is this the beginning of the Canadian Destroyer? Is this where it all originated? Because now, no matter what country you're from, you can get your own Destroyer. That's the Zimbabwe Destroyer right there. Oh, kick out. Another fade to black. What are we editing out here? Yeah, I remember Bobby Roode and Big Beer Money. That I remember. I just couldn't remember if he was from Canada or not.
Steiner from outside as, wow, gonna move that one in the corner. Kaz showing how high he can get his leg extension, and it's almost like Petey was out for a second. And now Petey won't, but he's in a bad position up there, Mike. Well, he's in a place up there perched on the top row. You don't think that Kaz would walk to the top? This could be the
Oh, God, Spanish. That's what it's called, the flex capacitor? I thought he was going for a spanny fly. Oh, a destroyer from up there? Oh, God. Let's not break any necks. I don't recall either of these two guys dying, so I think they're both going to live here, but... I just think of Petey the Bird and Dumb and Dumber. I sold some stuff. Nope. Oh, Deadeye. Oh. Good-looking Deadeye. Who knows what it was called back 18 years ago? They call it the Deadeye now. I know so little about Raka Khan. I want to know more. I like her. Oh! Took her out. I want to learn more about Raka Khan. What's that? Oh, I thought that was a light tube. Just like a steel pipe. He's knocked out with the pipe. Yes, yes, Scott, put your little head thing back on. He kicked out from the steel pipe. Oh, he's busted. I didn't even see Kaz's blade, to be honest. I didn't even catch the blade job. Oh, it's in his eye. Ew. Petey's mask fell off. Sharpshooter. Oh, we're going to try to do the WrestleMania 13 spot with bloody Kaz. No way. Look at that referee jumping. Jay, you watched this last night? Damn, you should have waited. There we go. Nope. There it is. Boom. That's it. He's not near the ropes. You hooked the right leg, too, which is smart. All right. Petey defeats Kaz to retain the X Division title. All right, Ben, you're watching somewhere else, so hopefully you'll match up okay, because I don't think these shows are going to be exactly in sync. So you might have trouble following along. Maybe not. You are on the show. You're in the ring kicking somebody while cutting a promo. What are you talking about? Why are you not on the show? I'm watching you right now, you dick. Raka Khan. I think Greg might be a fan. But he had his shot at the title and he didn't get it all. You can see the boots of blood, Cass. Cass, tonight, I'm going to screw you. You got a world title shot on Thursday. Well, I want to make sure you don't show up. Kaz has a world title shot on Thursday, and Scott's going to make sure that he can't make it. Who's coming? Uh-oh, lights are out. Oh, it's Abyss. I know that song, or I know that music. Okay, so I guess he's been gone for a while. What's the story with Abyss? God, he's huge. Look at the size. I mean, I think it's the screen fit to the 16:9, but he looks humongous. Ugh. Don't get her. What'd she do? She's got a pipe. Oh no. All right, we're gonna assault a woman here. Those shorts are barely hanging on her. Oh, jeez. Crusher. It's in the title of the video. Just glance below. I mean, the year is in big numbers on the thumbnail, and in the description, and in the title, and in the link that I sent you to, and on the screen overlay here. Or maybe not here. Yeah, actually, oh yeah, it is. Sunday, June 8th, 2008. See? I love we have the Road Warriors behind him. All right, Jay Lethal is going to marry SoCal Val. I don't know much about SoCal Val, other than, all right, what's this? Roxy, ODB, and Gail Kim. Moose. Boy, he's changed. He looks way different now, Moose, than he used to back then. Apparently he was a white girl. I didn't know that. AJ versus Kurt Angle. They've had a bunch of matches on Slammiversary, haven't they? I think they've worked like at 3 Slammiversaries or more, something like that. So I don't understand how the King of the Mountain match works, so that'll be good for me to learn. Is it like a ladder match? Oh, Eric Young. Elvis is coming.
We've been dead for 30 years. No, he looks great. Thanks for believing in me. Thanks for believing in me, guys.
He's been dead for 30 years.
Chair's over there. I see you've got a sign over there on a chair in the front row.
Reserved for Elvis, and I'm sure it's the real one.
Somebody take away his Red Bull.
I would love nothing but, like, I think conspiracy theorists are stupid. So, like, I'll never believe that Elvis or Tupac or any of those people are alive ever. But I really hope that some presumed dead or some dead celebrity that there's been rumors about being alive for years turns up one day. I would love nothing more than for that to happen. It never will, but if it did, it would be so awesome. Like, I would love Tupac to just show up and reveal himself. But he did, just like Elvis is.
But what will be his motivation at Slammiversary? When you don't do what you're told, the machine breaks down. And when the machine breaks down, Joe, we break down. Big Sexy is no stranger.
Big Sexy.
Championship gold. But to what length will he go?
Okay, so Big Sexy here. What's he doing? Okay, we're going to find out. Oh, he's the okay, because I know he's got stuff going on with Samoa Joe. Does any of this have anything to do with the promo Joe cut on Scott Hall that time when Scott Hall no-showed? Was that a completely different year, or is that all tied into what's happening now? I actually don't know. But I know Joe had that promo about Scott Hall. He no-showed and he cut it hard. Nash was like in the ring or something with him, right?
He has the most money in the pocket. Now, are Joe and I friends? I guess, yeah. We say we are. But actually, I look at Joe as an investment. And right now, I've got a lot invested in him. I've got a lot of stock in Joe. Tonight, if Joe loses, Big Sexy loses. If Joe wins, Nash cashes out.
All right, so Nash wants Joe to win.
They don't pillow fight.
Bikinis and lingerie.
Oh, yeah.
They don't play footsies.
We take real risks.
Oh, really?
Ass and beautiful.
You like what you see? Good.
These women take care of their business inside.
I mean, I do like that they were calling out the absurdity of the WWE Divas division.
Tonight, former knockout champion Gail Kim,
And I think they were briefly considered to be a better women's division than WWE.
against the beautiful people and their new mascot Moose.
Their new mascot, Moose. I love it.
And Roxy seek revenge against the beautiful people and Moose.
Another ad break. Sorry, guys. I mean, there's no point in getting it if you're not on YouTube a lot, but I'm on YouTube all the time. So, like, premium is absolutely essential for my livelihood. I could never sit through another ad ever. But if I was ever not on YouTube a lot, or if I just came through once a week to watch some bald guy watch wrestling, then I understand you probably don't need it. But I'm just sorry you're getting hit with ads. Otherwise, I would recommend YouTube Premium. It's awesome. All right, here comes, what are their names again? I know Angelina Love and Scarlett McIntyre or something. What's the other one? Velvet Sky. I was close. Moose. What's up, Moose? Who is Moose? Anyway, look at the dollar bills. This guy's got $5. He's holding it out. The beautiful people and Moose. Mickey Knuckles to Moose? Like Moose Knuckles? Oh, my God. Yeah, I definitely believe that at the time it was better than the Divas division. And even though I didn't give a shit about TNA, I really hated the Divas division in WWE. So anybody that was going to call them, anybody that was going to call them out, I was happy. But I mean, they were doing the same thing here. They're shaking their tits and ass here too. But I think maybe the women were slightly more accomplished. You had a Gail Kim there and stuff, but it's not like they were shying away from the tits and ass. Gail Kim, who I've always liked.
Pioneer of TNA's knockout division, first knockout champ, Gail Kim, headed to the ring for this 6 knockout tag team match. You can see Gail still has her knee taped. She had a sprain of the MCL. That's what the MRI showed. Gail Kim, you know, she still has plenty of revenge on her mind when it comes to beautiful people and Angelina.
Oh, DB. Well, she got a flask with her? I don't know much about ODB either. I remember her a little bit. She looks like she'd be married to somebody who likes to shoot things. Who's Roxy? Roxy with 2 X's and an I. Naturally. Yeah, she had her head shaved, but I don't really know who she is.
You know what I mean? Instead of taking away the strength, it gave it to her for some reason, and you can see how they got moved. They got her 3-on-1 around her, and the beautiful people now walking outside is ODB, Gail Kim, and Roxy, all taking 3 shots at Moose. And you understand that Moose was brought in as the muscle for the beautiful people, but what we've seen here...
Ryan, oh, you live near ODB? Y'all hang out? Go to her house for barbecues and shit? Or I imagine with her, it's probably a pig picking. Although they don't do pig pickings in Minnesota, do they? She just looks like someone that would enjoy a good pig picking, as would I. I try to explain to my Southern California friends about pig pickings back where I used to live. Their brains can't even comprehend what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm sorry, what now? You took the whole pig on the... Like, they can't even... It's hilarious. Like, yeah. Head and all. Nice. I don't really know anything about Roxy and Moose. What can y'all... Look at the referee in the shorts, in the wristbands. What's he doing? And is he wearing wrestling boots? Is he being serious right now? Oh, no, he's got sneakers on. It just looked like boots. Well, here's one thing I've decided. I hate this referee, whoever he is, just based on his outfit alone. I can't. And I won't. The only thing he's got going good for him is his haircut. Oh, hell yes. ODB has a food truck. I'm a food truck fan. Best sushi I've ever had in my life was out of a truck in Kauai, Hawaii. Barry, if you're here, and you know the one I'm talking about. It's over there by the, I think it's over by the Costco in Kauai. It's fucking great. Well, if I'm ever in Minnesota, I'm going to hit up ODB's food truck. Give me an OD burger. Okay, so Moose used to be called Mickey Knuckles because she's got Mickey on her gear with brass knucks. She's got some nice knee strikes here. Look at that. Taking it to Sinead O'Connor here. It's going to be a cutter, right? Yep. Who had that? Who did that move? Somebody did that move. It's basically like F5, but you turn him around into a cutter. Who did that? Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. It wasn't like an early Randy Orton finish, was it? God, who was it? Who did that? Who did that finish? Who did the thing into a cutter? Oh, is that what's this called? Is that Paige's move? Or is it AJ Lee? Who does this? Is this the Black Widow or something like that? It's either AJ's or Paige's. I forget who does this. I think it's AJ. Mark, I was about to say, Ryan, Alex Riley is not who I have in my head. It's Mark Marrow, the TKO. Yeah. That's interesting how similar those moves are to Brock. And Sable's like, fuck the TKO. I'm going with the F5. Yeah, Mark Marrow. That's who it is. Alex Riley may have used it too. I just didn't remember him. Shout out to Mark Marrow. I've exchanged some DMs with him a few times. Met him a couple times. Cool dude. Met him and Sable together twice. Oh, I was kind of hoping Gail Kim would just wrap it up there.
When it comes to a guilty party, the injured leg, the injured knee of Gail Kim, it's one Angelina Love. Oh, Angelina Love has been responsible for so much of the misery that these women had to face and endure. Oh, and you can see Velvet Sky now realizing she's got a wounded Gail Kim, realizes that a grounded Gail Kim is the way that you want her, and now Gail just swinging wildly, trying to connect with anything. Oh, look at this stuff. Great move. Oh, that sure was a great move by Gail Kim. With that roll-up attempt, but still not able to put away Velvet Sky. She's so innovative, isn't she, Mike? I mean, she really is special as a technical wrestler in the ring. But sometimes it's just too much pain and injury can overcome it. And the numbers game, as they keep her on that side now, look at this. Oh, she's exposing it.
Oh, kick right to the... right between the legs there to Gail.
And then Angelina drives all of her weight directly down across that knee. Oh, they know that they've got Gail Kim in a bad way, and they're going to just look at this. She's trying to get it to put on the rope. Oh, look at this. They're going to apply the weight. Oh, man. Stakes out the leg on the bottom rope, leaps into the air, and then cannonballs down with all of her weight and all of her power.
Which one of these, Bubba was with one of them, right? Or Bully, I should say, because WWE owns Bubba and they won't let him use it, which is funny. And he still simps for him. They won't even let him use his own fucking gimmick, and he still has his head right up their asses. Can't make it up.
They're lengthening the difference there. So every time the Gail reaches out to try and get the rope break, they just pull the ropes back a little bit more.
Velvet. And that was like the real deal, not just on screen, right? They were together. Who would find someone who looks like Alex Jones attractive? Like, what kind of woman is attracted to a fucking goof like that? Ugh. You ever see somebody who just looks like a fart? Like that? That's what he looks like to me. Just like if a fart could be a person, it would be Bully Ray. Nice. Look at this. Look at Mickey Knuckles go. ODB. Oh, I wish I could find the actress. It's going to be hard to find her. I wish I could find the actress that ODB reminds me of.
brutalizing that knee. Look at her, got it wrapped around her head. Got her arm string apart. And again, Gail Kim just fights. Oh,
She's fighting through it because Gail's awesome. Gail has been influenced by the anti AEW disease that's on social media. She kind of got bit by that bug for a while, kind of never shut the fuck up a few times. I'm like, Jesus Christ, get a life. Why are y'all so obsessed with the mere existence of a goddamn wrestling company I'll never know? Looking for this actress. I know I can find it. There we go. No. Yeah, that's her. Caroline Aaron. That's her name. I gotta. Caroline Aaron is who she reminds me of. I don't know why she reminds me of her. I don't know why. Caroline Aaron. No. That was like a Thez press from the second rope. Now they're all in there. I like the bald hair girls kind of got like the Serena thing going on. When was Straight Edge Society going on? Like the same time? No, maybe it was after that. Probably like the following year. She got her. ODB pins Moose Knuckles or whatever for the win there. ODB, that's a Natural Light and Marlboros right there. All right, Rhino.
Slammiversary, King of the Mountain match. I will weave a path of bodies leading to that ladder. I climb that ladder, and I hang the TNA.
I forgot what Rhino did, but he got fired from WWE during one of the WrestleMania weekends. It might have been like 21. I don't remember, but I know he did something and then got let go.
This past year has probably been the most difficult year of my life. I had to make a lot of decisions that affected me, not only professionally, but personally too. You know, sometimes you have to take a good, long, hard look at.
I don't know who the girl interviewing him is.
I realized that I still had issues that affected me not only at home, but on the road too. Making peace with Christian, it helped me progress.
Kara Sedgwick. No, though the actress I'm thinking of, no, not. She doesn't look anything like Kara Sedgwick.
Tonight's not only a match. King of the Mountain match.
This chick's name, though, I thought ODB was Caroline Aaron. That's who she reminded me of.
And that will give me the confidence that I need. And when I win, and my hand is raised in victory, I'm the next TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
Okay, so Gail heads back to WWE in August, and then winds up leaving again, right? Was that the stint where she just like left in the middle of the Battle Royal and didn't come back?
TNA Tag Team Champions, LAX, are headed for a showdown. Like four gunslingers in the Wild West, standing in the six-sided ring, ready to face.
Oh, is this what we're getting? LAX versus Team 3D?
One schooled in the ways of hardcore, but both follow a similar code. Destroy or be destroyed. Team 3D, considered by many to be the greatest tag team in wrestling history. Tonight, they try to become tag team champions for the 21st time. LAX, Homicide, and Hernandez are a perfect blend of size and strength. The tough, hard-nosed bulldog and the vicious pit bull. Once they get a hold,
Oh, man.
won't let go. Will these street-hardened thugs be able to
Street-hardened thugs. People call me that a lot. They say, Greg, you're just a street-hardened thug. I'm like, I know.
This is the Latin American Exchange for the TNA World Tag Team Championship.
All right, Team 3D.
Celebrates, yes, its 6-year anniversary. And you are looking here just
6-year anniversary. They were younger than AEW is. How crazy is that?
of our 3 championship matchups tonight. TNA World Tag Team titles on the line. Let's break it down to the tag.
AEW been here 7 years now. They're gonna be done. You're out of business. I'm like, they're gonna outlive you, son.
Where LAX deprived 3D of yet another reign as World Tag Team.
If TNA can survive 24 years, AEW can survive 124 years.
As TNA Tag Champs, 3D's path of payback and revenge has seen them leave Homicide
I love how we have these Slammiversary taglines. It helps me. 3D apparently left a bloody trail on the path to Slammiversary. Whole trail of blood. Oh, and they have this knockoff shit theme that's basically just a knockoff of their WWE theme. It's so stupid. Yeah, just like their WWE theme had, the same thing. So lame. I don't even know how any of that worked. I don't know how they weren't able to maintain the Dudleys name. I mean, they were the Dudleys in ECW, and I guess when they signed with WWE, they were somehow allowed to take those gimmicks with them. Because I guess Paul probably wasn't rich enough to file trademarks for them, I guess. And then signing with WWE makes the trademarks property of WWE, and then when they leave WWE, they can't use it anymore. I find that hilarious. Especially since WWE didn't create those names, like, and they still somehow own them. I don't get it. But luckily I can't stand Bully Ray, so I don't care. That's why I didn't shit on that final match between the Dudleys and the Hardys, because I respected everybody else in that ring other than him. Matt and Jeff and Devon, I respect the shit out of. So I was like, I'm not going to shit on the match. It was hard to watch, but I'm not going to shit on it. If it was important to them, then that's good. But Bubba Ray is just, or Bully Ray, whatever the fuck his name is. He's just so unbelievably unlikable. Okay, so this is, who's with LAX here? Is this the Mordecai girl? Is this Shelly Martinez? She might not even have been the Mordecai girl. There wasn't a Mordecai girl. Maybe she was with Mordecai later on. I don't know. Do I have her right? Is that Shelly Martinez? Those aren't terrible looking tag belts. I'll say that. Oh, look at this. Is that Hector Guerrero? Holy shit. Guess I didn't catch him coming out. I was looking at something else. She's the Mordecai girl. Yeah, when he was Kevin Thorne or whatever. Yeah, I remember now. Like the vampire thing. There's so many gimmicks then that just like, I remember those two. I get those confused with the pirate and the other girl. You had the pirate and the girl, and then you had Thorne and the girl, and they all like are intertwined in my mind. I can't separate them. So when you got a tag match in a 6-sided ring, are you confined to one buckle where you have to tag in and out, or can you run to like, can you use one of two? Like, I feel like if you have 6 sides, they should allow you 2 turnbuckles to be able to tag in and out of. I don't see any tag ropes. God, look how big Devon looks with it. He looks like Shane Taylor, doesn't he? I was surprised. I was shocked by how big he was in that match with Moxley on Wednesday. I'm like, that is a big feller right there. Wasn't aware of that, Crusher. Sorry to hear that. Take care of yourself, man. Hopefully you can hang out as long as you can. Which LAX guys follow me? One of them does. I forgot who now. Hernandez?
And now you see the teamwork, the double team by LAX. Homicide Hernandez, as they got Steve on right where they want him, and they just send a ping-ponging back and forth, but just get that combination going. Especially here for LAX. Good, frequent tags. Keep the first man in, maybe even wear down. Brother Devon, no, not going to be the case because he tags in, and here comes Big Brother Ray. Well, one thing about it, though, LAX, they can look back down there at the ring apron and they can see Hector Guerrero and they can realize the tradition that he's brought to wrestling, and it's something that they can use.
Did you see Trump's son was DMing Daniel Cormier trying to get scoops on which fights are fixed and shit so he can bet on them? Fucking ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Brother Ray's going to try and exploit the size advantage over Homicide at the same time when it comes to LAX. They want Homicide to use that speed with a move just like that, use that quickness against Big Brother Ray. How about that arm drag he did on 300 plus pounds of Brother Ray? I mean, Homicide's another one. You know, it's like the speed. How much did he weigh? 300 plus. I think that's... I thought he weighed 275. Okay. And he probably did it 6th grade.
So we're getting close now. Well, I guess no, that's still a few years off. That probably would be what, like 2012-ish? So maybe like 3 or 4 years from now, that's when Bully Ray gets his big push, becomes champion and all that. Wouldn't that be around like the 2012-ish area or era?
He's able to get out like this time and again. Look at that arm drag just taking the Brother Ray right over the...
Wait, is he Brother Ray or is he Bully Ray? Is he Brother Ray, Bully Ray, or Bubba Ray? Or is he all three? And I know it was Brother Devon. I thought it was Bully Ray. Maybe Bully Ray comes later. Maybe he's Brother Ray now. And then maybe in a singles push he becomes Bully Ray. Is that what happens?
Look at this. Here's that power and strength of Brother Ray coming into play as he's able to turn Homicide around, position him up on the ropes, and then tries to get underneath his...
Thank you for that update. Canes up 1-0 after the first period. Go Canes. I'm actually rooting for the Carolina Hurricanes. I've been to many a wrestling show in the arena that they play in Raleigh. Wow. As a matter of fact, I watched the ladder match between the Dudleys and the Hardys and Edge and Christian in that building back at SummerSlam. I think the Canes still play there. I don't think they've rebuilt a new one in Raleigh, right? It's the same one. Back in the day, they were sharing it with NC State. I don't know if that's still happening or not. That was a pretty impressive dive, too. Oh, yeah, it's Hernandez. I was like, which one? It's Sean Hernandez who follows me. Shout out to Conan, by the way. Much love to Conan. Oh, man, that was a rough kick. And Hector. You can do a lot of things. One thing you don't do is you don't fuck with the gobbledygooker. Unforgivable sin.
You want to get to a flat-out fight? Team 3D is the best in the business. Brother Ray circling the ringside area as Hector Guerrero tries to take Salinas out of harm's way. And Brother Ray comes to the table now and picks up the TNA Tag Team title belt, holds it high into the air, high overhead. Meanwhile, the tag team partner, D-Rock, puts all of his weight right across the back of Homicide. Just trying to send the message to LAS that they're going to be taking those belts out of there, and now they're trying to play mind games. And wow, nice corkscrew.
I always did love that corkscrew flying elbow from Devin Dudley.
And you can see now the right one shot after another. Look at this. And then they come with a rapid speed. Rapid fire rights from and then the cheap shots from outside by Ray. Oh, now look at this double team move on Homicide.
Now, Bully Ray would get himself in shape during that run. Here, it still does not look like he's aware that salads exist, but he would become aware because he got in really good shape there for a little while.
Look at that straight and pulling on the head. The head's not designed to go that way. Andrew Thomas in a tough situation here. He realizes the belts are on the line. He realizes he doesn't want to disqualify anybody because it's still a score. And yet he's got to be fair. He's got to call it down the middle. Able to break that hit neck fight, but then
Nice.
back to the power game for 3D. The side slam by Brother Ray, and you can tell by looking at the face of Salinas just how impactful that move was as he took Homicide and smashed him right down to the mat. I mean, Homicide just bowed up.
What was the because I never purchased one ever. What was the price? If you ordered this on pay-per-view, what'd you pay for it? Because WWE at this time I still think was going $40 for the pay-per-views. These have to be cheaper, right? What's the buy rate? Does it show a buy rate or anything like that? Let's see if I can find any info on that. It doesn't have a buy rate. Oh shit, y'all. Someone dies on this show when it's over. Ring crew guy dies when they're breaking down the set. This is the show it happened. I don't remember that. I remember that story. Yeah, somebody fell off something and lost their lives, which sucks. It was 40? Okay. 30 maybe. Coco says 30. 40 seems high. 30 would make sense. I feel like you'd sell a lot more if it was slightly cheaper than WWE's, you know? I'd probably go like 25, $24.99. Come on. Come on, Hernandez. You know, it was great back in like the 90s, the years of the 2-hour in your houses, is they were only $20. Man. Holding up a humongous Devon in a vertical.
The man that Don West has called the toughest, strongest individual here in TNA. And Hernandez cleaning house against 3D. There's the full-blooded X-ray. I mean, he's a freak of nature.
He's a freak of nature.
He's ready to get back in it. Look at him. That's just it. Get roll. Wow.
Damn.
One body. Two. Oh, even I mean, just in time. We saw it. Ring and break it up. LAX on the verge of victory. On the verge of retaining the TNA World Tag title. But Devon makes the save. The one thing about it, you give up your best.
Toss him right out. Sack of garbage.
With this total disrespect, Homicide lands with a thud. Hernandez turns around and gets slammed in the middle of the ring by Brother Ray. And you know what this is? Oh, it's time for the what's up. But you can see he's going up to the top. Homicide.
They're still doing that what's up shit.
Trying to get up there in time, and he does. And he punches him right into the ring. And then he's got a block and a shot for Brother Ray. Now Brother Ray meets up with Hernandez, who again displays that incredible power. Mid-ring slam on Ray. And you can see now, look at this. He's pulling the legs apart. He was, I think, Homicide to take a free shot. Wait a minute.
Who's that? Is that Bret Michaels? It's the lead singer of Poison. Oh, Hector's going to stop Bret. There you go. Eat that, Bret Michaels. Every kendo stick has its thorn, bitch. Fucking got a Bret Michaels run in. That's awesome. Devon from behind.
Saw the moment, saw the opportunity, and he sends Hernandez out, and just as Homicide gets back in, he's waiting for him, ready for him. And Homicide now gets just thrown into the turnbuckle. Devon charges in, that force behind the corner clothesline. Homicide in trouble in the corner. Devon going to try and position him up on top, and then follow up with another power move. For Hernandez coming in from the far side.
Johnny Devine. Oh, is that Bret Michaels' stage name for TNA? Okay, he calls himself Johnny Devine. That's cool. I didn't know he was Canadian. Nice frog splash. Is that it? Oh, I really wanted that to be the end. I'm rooting for LAX. Shelley spat on Bully. That's a natural reaction to his face. Oh. Oh, Bully with a low blow.
You almost can't blame him. You just got to do whatever you've got to do. Especially with Hernandez. They're going to do anything within their power to become tag team champions.
Nope. Nice. I love it. Yes. They were going for the fucking 3D, and Homicide rolls up Brother Ray for the win. Suck it, Dudleys. Shelly Martinez, I'll tell you, I do dig the polka dots there. I am a fan. I love that Hector is there. Why will Robert Roode be King of the Mountain? I don't know. Why will he? Tell me. Glorious.
It's going to take a lot of studying, watching, my opponents and making sure that I'm going to be prepared come Slammiversary. I can promise you that Robert Roode's going to go into this match fully prepared, and I'm going to take the TNA World Heavyweight Championship.
Okay.
Robert Roode, it seems as though you've got this opportunity here tonight.
There's so many people that we've seen so far tonight that are in WWE in some sort of role. We had Petey. Now we got Bobby Roode and Borash. Abyss we saw. That's 4 right there off the top of my head.
that I'm not a rookie.
Bobby Roode, I'm sorry, you're not exactly a charisma fountain, so I'm going to go grab myself another cold one. I'll be right back.
You know, sometimes I look around the locker room and I see guys like Sting and Booker T, Kevin Nash, Christian Cage, guys that
What'd I miss?
I'm just talking.
Oh, he's still talking. Okay.
But they haven't proved it. They haven't done it. Now, admit it. Robert Roode's done a lot of talking up to this point. But tonight is Slammiversary. The talking will stop. Tonight, I'm going to prove to everyone in that locker room that I'm for real, that I am a main eventer. And by winning the King of the Mountain match, I will prove to the world that I am the very best.
Okay, that's fine, Bobby Roode. All that's fine. Just promise me one thing. You never teach a promo class. That's all I care about.
Destroying, pulverizing, and tearing down the limit of the knockout division.
Fucking awesome Kong.
Stand toe-to-toe with this wrecking ball. A challenge has been issued. 25,000.
Too bad she won around in the 90s. She would have had a SummerSlam match versus Alunder Blaze. 100%.
Tonight, will be Awesome Kong's next victim.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming into the ring by Raisha Saeed. She stands 6 feet 1 inches tall, weighs 272 and 3/8 pounds, is the TNA Women's Knockout Champion. Awesome.
All right, she's the Knockouts champion, huh? I mean, she was briefly in WWE for like an hour and a half. She got there. She showed up to work. She had some catering. And by the end of the day, she was pregnant and left the company. I think 9 hours or something like that she was there. Total.
But I'll tell you, that visual damage getting just pummeled last week by Awesome Kong just sent a message to anybody. Forget about it. It's not worth it if you can't spend it. The 25 grand. I know it sounds enticing. I know you just believe there's a miracle punch you can throw, but you can't.
I feel like whoever's under the headdress and shit there is going to attack her or something.
The Knockouts champion, Awesome Kong, along with Raisha Saeed, have declared an open challenge to any
Okay, open challenge. I have no idea what's going to happen here.
over the age of 18
Unless someone's under the beekeeper suit there.
that would like to fight Awesome Kong. And if you defeat her tonight, you will be handed a briefcase containing 25,000.
25 G's? All right. To beat Awesome Kong, huh?
Are there any ladies from the Memphis area
Hmm.
that would like to try and win $25,000?
Who's this? No, I thought they were going. Her? Who's she?
Everybody's pointing at you down here. Come on. Right here. Come on down.
Her?
Got a shot?
Oh, is that's Serena? That's Serena Deeb, isn't it? Huh. That's funny. Is this like her debut or something? Because, I mean, she's going to be in WWE the following year, right? Shaving her head or whatnot? Unless that's already happened. No, that hasn't happened yet.
Getting yourself debut here. I want to ask your name first. Your name?
Serena Deeb.
Where are you from?
Orange, Mississippi, baby.
She's from Mississippi, huh?
And why do you think you can win the $25,000 tonight?
Baby, I've been training in mixed martial arts, and tonight I feel up for the Kong challenge.
The Kong Challenge. All right, well, get in there, girl.
You ma'am, what is your name?
Josie Robinson.
Oh, hi, Josie.
Josie, where are you from?
I'm from right here in Memphis, Tennessee.
Right here in Memphis, Tennessee. And do you think you can beat Awesome Kong tonight?
I'm gonna do my best.
All right, Saeed.
I don't know much about her.
To make, we have 2 volunteers from the audience.
They're both hot.
What will you pick tonight to challenge for the
Which one?
$25,000?
You got to pick one.
We have Serena on the right, Josie on the left.
I don't know much about Josie. Who?
On the right,
Serena?
Serena. All right, Serena, you must now sign this waiver.
Signed a waiver. Awesome Kong's like, I would love to eat this white girl up.
Any legal action
Bring her in here. Let me smack her around.
should be necessary.
Looking off of Kong's face.
All right, the release has been signed. Please come over the rail now. You are legally now able to challenge Awesome Kong for $25,000. Come on.
Serena here from Mississippi, Mike, and you heard her. She said she's the mixed martial arts, and you're going to need every bit of that. But you can't go in there intimidated, and it just happened. You look at Awesome Kong, you see that look and that little grin.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier,
It's almost like she likes the challenge.
She's just in her regular ass street clothes, too. Come on, Serena.
Been training in MMA. Yeah. Fresh meat.
Just, oh, man, I remember when the ripped jeans were in around that time, like mid-2000s. 06, 05, 06, 07. Had to have holes in your jeans for some reason.
and then she goes right at her and tries to take her down. Now the move you want to
Oof.
because it's
Tossed her right off.
right there.
Everyone looks bigger than they are because of the aspect ratio of this fucking video, but
And Kong grabs her.
like Devon looks so huge. Oh, my God.
Slams her right down.
Just the force that she does it.
Off Leather Wings, thanks for the 2. This brings back memories. This was your WCW AEW. Yeah. That's why it's so fondly looked at by so many fans, is because a lot of that was WCW for you guys. Where for me, WCW was my WCW. So I already got all the good shit. By the time this rolled around, I'm like, let's let her get involved. Let's get Josie in there.
70-plus pounder can muster. Kong takes her right into the steel and now grabs her by the hair, drags her right in front of herself.
Damn.
Again, right into the guardrail.
And she went right where the rail joins to the side, so it had no give. And now putting that foot to the neck, just applying the pressure as she's on the concrete. Again, people, I know the $25,000 sounds good.
So inviting.
Jeez. Serena taking an ass kicking here in her street clothes. Thong hanging out and everything. Damn.
What the world did she have the other girl, I think? Josie? She just tried to give her one from the backer.
Kong taking this fan challenge all on the arena here at Slammiversary and then uses the big
Yeah, he does look like a postman or an ice cream salesman. Something's wrong with him.
in this thing. Instead, she's going to throw Serena in, pulls her into the six-sided ring, and Kong stalking her
Oof.
with a big boot right to the back. Boy, you say you almost wish that this would end, but if you think of the possibilities,
I thought maybe... Damn, I thought Serena was going to put up a fight. She did not at all. That was a 100% squash. Maybe she'll challenge the other one.
Awesome Kong remains victorious when it comes to the $25,000 fan challenge. Raisha Saeed, happy with what Kong has accomplished tonight at Slammiversary as we see them for their post-match celebration. And well, you see that this fan Josie still jaw-jacking here at Kong.
I barely remember Taylor Wilde. Who's she?
You want to fight the girl from Memphis?
Yeah. Let's fight her too.
Another one? Okay, you need to sign this.
You need to sign the waiver.
Just the appetizer.
You didn't really sign it. Oh,
Did you see that? She just slapped Kong in the face and that jumped on the guard.
dang. There we go. She's doing better. Yeah, she got the jump on her. That's smart. Oh, we faded again.
And now takes her and grabs her into the guardrail, runs her around the ring, and that time back first into the steel. I mean, you had to give credit here to Josie on the attack early, but now just Oh, the recipient of big powerful shot. Well, it's what you got.
Oh, she punched the ring post. That's good.
Off the call, just hit her hand on the ring post. Baby Josie can use this. She's using speed. And look at these shots. And she's going right up the call. That's what you got to do. Look at that. She's bring it on.
Low cut pants seem to be the style back then, huh?
Kong is mad. She feels she's been embarrassed.
Ooh.
And look at Josie going right after her with a kick. Another one. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh. Fucking backhand to the face.
Oh, you upset. Awesome Kong. Oh, no, she's taking the pass. She's got that bottom lip shutting out. And she circles around. Another piece of fresh meat. Here's Josie Robinson. Oh, boy. She wanted her to feel the full force of the hand as she took off the padded gloves. Oh, what a clothesline. You can watch the ring vibrate. Decapitation clothesline in the corner.
You want some flowers for that vase? There we go. Oh, well, she took care of 2 women. It's an Awesome Kong beat up fine women challenge. I'll pick 2 of the finest honeys out here and kick their asses. Is that what what the gimmick is? It amazes me how real video game footage looks in a thumbnail, because over on my recommended videos, I see Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert versus Jimmy Del Rey in ECW, and I'm like, no way that match happened. And I click on it, it's just a video game. But from here, it looked like it was real. Oh, look at here.
This is the real reason you bought tickets to this pay-per-view.
Bought tickets to the pay-per-view.
Memphis, Tennessee. They said I couldn't find them. But we did it. We did it. Without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the real king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley.
Okay. Elvis is here. Because if Elvis was going to come back from the dead or reveal that he's been alive this whole time after 31 years, he would come to TNA in South Haven, Mississippi. That's where he would be. Looks exactly like him.
Thank you very much. Grandson, baby. You know, it's been a long time.
People paid money for this shit.
Thanks to Eric.
They called with their phones on their cable company and said, I want to buy this. Okay, y'all, you do you, I guess. It ain't a call I'd ever make.
Little shaking, little rattling, and a little rolling down the ramp.
Yeah. Like, this is the type of stupid shit you get in WWE. And I think if I had a big critique of TNA back in these days, I'm like, stop trying to be like them. People are coming to you because you are not them. See what I'm saying? And they just always insisted on, trying to mimic and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, part of the reason why ECW was so popular is because they gave you a true alternative, and this is not it, This is the type of shit you expect to see in WWE with a Rosie O'Donnell and Donald Trump, people in costumes wrestling around the ring and just these idiotic segments. And, and they would do that on pay-per-view too, sometimes. So if I'm a TNA fan who's, frustrated and annoyed with the shittiness of the WWE product, this is not doing me any favors. Like, what are they offering me here that I can't find over there? It's all the same shit. It's all stupid. Like, if I was TNA at this time, I would really, really force home the fact that this is where the cool people watch wrestling. Don't give me the same hokey nonsense that I get over there. Prime example of why I didn't take them seriously is what we just watched right there. Perfect example. I'm like, why am I going to watch this when I can watch that over there? You have to give me something different. Not that Awesome Kong picking 2 girls out of the crowd and beating the shit out of them for 10 minutes isn't kind of new. You know, that's at least something. But the Elvis thing, was that necessary? Just because they're 20 miles away from Memphis, you got to incorporate an Elvis thing? You don't have to. I'd rather incorporate an Andy Kaufman thing over a Elvis thing. Look at Christian.
Christian Cage, being that you're already a 2-time TNA World Heavyweight Champion, it seems there really isn't much more for you to prove in TNA. So with that being said, going into the King of the Mountain match tonight, what exactly will your motivation be?
You know, I heard this line.
Christian.
If you love something, set it free. If it comes back,
Now
it's yours to keep.
he's going to be back soon, right?
It was never yours.
When did he leave? He left around 05, right?
Trying to say is that
And I want to say Christian hits WWE again in maybe 2009.
I took a step back, took myself out of the title picture.
So I feel like he's on his way back to WWE pretty soon here.
My life more in order. And at the end of the day, I realized this: that I still love being the best. I still love being the measuring stick. I still love being. And don't get me wrong, this is
I hate that they're interviewing everybody because these interviews are terrible.
qualified at being the World Heavyweight Champion. It's just that I think that all my peeps live in the arena tonight and watching on paper all around the world tell you that the Instant Classic is the most qualified. See, it's like this.
Now help me out because I don't even know. I can't tell the belt. That looks like a different belt. The belt that Joe's holding there. So they're no longer doing the NWA title, right? Do they have their own world title, TNA? Have we gotten to that point yet?
There's not one man that's been in more
What that old classic NWA is gone?
than me. So you want to know what my motivation is? My motivation is not just to be recognized as the best. My motivation is that my name etched in the history books of this business as the very best. Tonight, I become the World Heavyweight Champion for the 3rd time. And trust me when I say, the title is mine to keep.
Okay, Christian. Oh, a storybook romance. Oh, he said it just like Savage did to Elizabeth. Will you marry me? That's exactly how Savage said it. It's Slammiversary. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I didn't see much of SoCal Val outside of TNA. Apparently, we're both from the same area. Never run into SoCal here in SoCal, but she might be around.
There's something I need to ask. There's only 10 days left of the wedding.
Word of advice, just watch out for your redheads.
Ignore the bet.
I speak from experience. They cray. Just be weary of that. And make sure you are on high alert for red flags. Because they're everywhere. Christy Hemme coming out of the cake. Yes, I was going to say, why can't I say his name? It's Sonjay Dutt. Jake the Snake.
And the wedding bells.
Oh, nothing wrong with a good old wrestling wedding. Although it's kind of exactly what I was talking about before. If you want to be different from them, don't do the same shit. And here we are with a wedding. There's Beale Street. Walking with my feet 10 feet off of Beale. Walking in Memphis. It's a great song.
Including the legendary BB Kings. Gotta make a stop if you're in Memphis at Beale Street. We are back live at Slammiversary, and it is time for the wedding. We're gonna
It's time for the wedding. Who's the minister?
perform the ceremony.
Who are you?
Ladies and gentlemen, let the ceremony begin.
I could have done this. I've married people before. Who? American Idol finalist? I have never watched a single episode of American Idol, ever, in my entire life. Have never given a fuck. Couldn't name you one winner. Know nothing about it.
Well, we heard this on Impact as well, Don. And you can see, yes,
Kamala? I love that he's barefoot.
I couldn't find a pair of socks there. It didn't look like.
Is that the real Kamala? James Harris?
Everybody loves the wedding. Condon Giant is back.
Looks like him.
What legend's going to be next?
Fucking Kamala. Well, that's great. He's not getting much of a pop, which I think is insulting to me. It's insulting to me as a wrestling fan. Jake and Kamala? All right, Jake is still not over his problems yet. He's got a ways to go. A few more years before he finally phones up DDP. Or DDP phones him up and gets his shit together. Kamala and Jake, I love it. I do think there's a match that exists between them in WWE, Jake and Kamala, if I remember right. Probably around 86. Coco! See, Coco gets to be Coco, but the Dudleys can't be the Dudleys. I love that. Fucking Frankie. So we got Kamala, Coco, and Jake as our legends, I guess. They're all the groomsmen. Who's the best man? That is a really well-behaved bird. Look at him. Look how he behaves and shit. Birds are fascinating. Like, is that Coco's bird, or is that like a parrot that they rented? Rent a parrot. Oh my God, George is there too. They are getting no reaction. Kamala, Jake the Snake Roberts, George the Animal Steel, Coco Beware, and the fans are dead silent for them coming out. Oh, he's out there. He don't know where he's going. Hey! Another Detroit guy. George Steele's kind of an asshole, though, from everything I've heard about him. I grew up with him when he was a heel. And then when I got a little bit older is when he was a babyface with a green tongue and shit. And then he was gone. This music. I just want to reiterate, guys, that people paid for this. Like human monies. Their own human monies. Back then in those days, fucking minimum wage was probably $7 or something. So you had to work 7 hours just to fucking buy this thing. Christ. And you're getting this? Actually, 2008 minimum wage was probably, I have no idea what minimum wage was in 2008, but I feel like it's got to be more than $7, maybe 12, maybe 11. We pay all of our kitchen guys $25 flat, and then they get tip share. Servers get minimum wage, which I think is $17 now, something like that out here. When I started working, minimum wage was $4.25 an hour. It might have been $3.75. I think when I started working, it had just been upped to $4.25. I think I came in right when it started. That was back in North Carolina, like 1993. $4.25. $4.25. Imagine that. My rent was $170. Now it's $4,000. It's just insane. It's just so crazy. Ooh, yeah, he's kind of wearing Macho wore similar at SummerSlam when he married Elizabeth. Oh my God, what is the length of this pay-per-view? I never told you guys that, by the way. 2 hours, 54 minutes, and 42 seconds is what we're going to be going to here. I usually mention that in the beginning. Look at Jay Lethal's going like this, like it's the national anthem. I think he just realized that he doesn't have to do that. It's not the anthem. When I went to Elizabeth's daughter graduated high school a few weeks ago, and we went to the graduation, and we were way up in the seats, so we were way away from everything. But they made everybody stand and do the Pledge of Allegiance, and I'm like, the fuck I am. I just sat there completely. I didn't even look at the flag. I'm like, nope. I'm like, I find this so culty. I'm not doing this. Like, I'm not gonna pledge. I still think that's gross as a kid that they make you stand up and pledge something. Like, what the fuck are you forcing? It's indoctrination. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I pledge no allegiance to that flag at all. And so I just kind of turned I wasn't disrespectful, but I'm like, nope, I just put my head down and I didn't, none of this shit, I'm like, nope. Not doing that. Respect needs to be earned. Look at SoCal. So is somebody going to crash this wedding? Is this actually going to happen? Like, what happens here?
For this ceremony, let him speak now or forever hold their peace.
Speak now.
Jay, do you take vow as your lawful wife?
Is your lawful wife?
From this day forward, for better,
Ooh, I do. SoCal's doing a good job of the emotion there.
sickness or in health, until death do you part. Vow, do you take Jay as your lawful husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, in sickness or in health, until death do you part.
Stop. This is going on long enough.
Oh, Sonjay's interrupting. What's wrong with you, Sonjay?
This is going on long enough. No, I got something to relax.
I know you're just worried about me, but I really want to do this.
Is he going to profess his love for SoCal? Is Jay Lethal going to get left at the altar?
I'm talking to you, Val. From the very first time that I looked into your eyes, I knew that I was in love. Val, the man that you're going to marry tonight is not Jay. It should be me.
I don't think I'm out of line for saying this. TNA sucks. They suck. This is so stupid to me. Down on one knee. Oh, there we go. The best friend. Imagine the best man professing his love to the bride. And now you're shirtless. He's just fighting the feelings, guys. That's all he's doing. There we go. Oh. Now, are they going to do the thing where SoCal's going to smile and they're going to embrace? Is it one of those type of deals where it was all a setup or something? Or nope, Val's leaving. All right, so she's not in on it. Who's coming? Who's this? Oh, is it American Idol boy? There you go. Suck it. Eat that, Ryan Seabiscuit. Here comes Coco. Oh, no. Oh, Kamala. Well, okay, well, at least we're getting Coco and Kamala in the ring. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, so it's just going to be a bunch of legends beating up a heel. Uh-oh, Kamala is here. Look how big Kamala is. Oh, well, Sonjay's selling all of it. Is Jake going to get in there? Do we get a DDT or what? Because I want to say it's probably 2009. It would be the next year, I think, is when WWE would do that DVD on Jake. And then he'd show up in WWE and get like RKO'd by Randy Orton. I want to say that was 2009. Oh, here, I forgot about George. George really doesn't have a finisher. And I don't know if George can bite through those turnbuckles. She's in tears. Poor SoCal Val. Oh, we got a snake. Damien. What's he? Oh, yeah. It's like the ring apron's in the way. Oh, and it's one of them yellow ones. It's the funniest shit, too. If you look it up or go find Survivor Series 96, and Jake brings out one of these yellow pythons, but it's clearly a fake. Oh, he is going to open the buckle. Go, George. And he slides the snake in the ring, and it just slides and stops. It doesn't move at all. It's just like this dead thing. And it was clearly a fake snake. But I'm like, why get a fake one? Like, you've used a real one all these years. Why all of a sudden, one night you're going to use a fake one, unless it was dead? But it looked fake as shit when he threw it in the ring. Well, that was in the top 10 stupidest things I've ever seen in my life. But at least we got Kamala. Life could be worse. And now the legends are just smashing shit. I love it. And Coco's having a good time. He's the only one smashing stuff. Just Coco. And Jay and Lethal did not get married. Poor Jay Lethal. Imagine your wedding gets interrupted and then 3 wrestling legends come in there and tear your shit up. That would just be a wild day. It'd be a wild Sunday. Kamala never... Did he even get in the ring? I think he did. All right. That was a thing that happened.
Expect the unexpected. Anything can happen out there. There's going to be a lot of bodies out there, a lot of testosterone. Everybody wants to be on top of it. So it really makes
Yeah, Booker T's been there for a little bit.
King of the Mountain winners. We're talking about the future. We're talking about right now. And he's going to be king of the mountain. And that king shall ride.
Booker. Okay, this might be a better interview because Borash is good and Booker's good. This might not be the most boring fucking thing we've ever seen. This actually might be okay. What you got to say, Booker?
Let me explain to you why I'm bitter. You see, TNA begged me. I say literally begged me to sign.
Is it just me or does he just look a little bit like Michael Jordan? Facially, doesn't he? Just a little.
More money than a single man could count just to put TNA on the map. And what did I do? I signed. Put TNA on the global stage.
I was happy Booker went there because I always had a problem with the way WWE treated him. I thought he could have been even more decorated than he was there, you know?
More people are watching TNA now than ever before. When it was time to pay the piper,
I think a WrestleMania 19 victory over Triple H would have completely changed the game for his whole entire legacy.
a locker room that smelled of elephant urine.
Elephant urine?
Smelled elephant urine.
Have I ever smelt elephant urine?
Tonight,
Yes, I have.
King of the Mountain, Booker T will take what's rightfully his. The
What is it?
World
I've taken a shit on mushrooms and on a mushroom.
TNA World title. That's power. A power no one can take away. Power that will change TNA forever. A time that will change the equilibrium of
It's going to change the equilibrium. Oh, man. We don't want that. Even Booker laughed at that. You don't want to be changing equilibrium of stuff.
tonight. I will
The fact that Booker T laughed at his own gaffe, that's why Booker's awesome.
I was told what you
He's
told me
insufferable as fuck now, but I've always been a big Booker T fan.
That would not happen. I would do like a great man once said, I will reach for that brass ring.
Oh, thank you for that update. I keep forgetting about the hockey game. Kane's up 2-0. Hell yeah. I think I bring that cup back to my old stomping grounds. I'm rooting for him.
Booker T, the TNA.
Yeah. Second period drawing to a close. 1 period away from winning the Stanley Cup. Are you seeing someone? So he's still with Karen. I cannot believe how that whole thing went down. The fact that there was like a legitimate split between those two, and then she legitimately got with Jeff Jarrett, and they legitimately turned it into an angle. That is just wild. That is so wild to me. I thought it was weird enough when like Elizabeth went to WCW and worked with Savage years after the divorce and stuff. I'm like, that's so weird, you know? But this shit's weirder. All right, this must be the Kurt Angle and AJ Styles match then. We are just friends. Oh, look at AJ planting a kiss on Karen. Boy, Karen got around in those days, didn't she? How many TNA World Champions has she been with? A quarter of a dozen. This is your fault. All right. Well, this is a match. Boy, what a way to bounce back from that wedding with these guys. I don't even know what Kurt Angle's TNA theme sounds like. I have no idea. This is it. So he's with Tomko? That's not that bad. Sounds like he's got a custom theme for himself. I had Mandela affected myself at one point to where I hate to even say it because it makes me feel gross to say it. But I thought Tomko passed away. I thought I had like a memory of that. And I was so pleasantly surprised and pleased to see that he was alive. I'm like, I think I fucking crossed over universes there because I would have sworn that he passed. And I remember being like, oh, fuck yeah. I'm so glad he's alive. That's what happens when wrestlers die at that frequency. You start losing track of who's here, who's not here. And AJ's TNA theme I'm also not familiar with. I always brought it up too when recently, a couple years ago, when Drew McIntyre brought back Broken Dreams, and everybody before it happened was like, he should bring back Broken Dreams. I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck Broken Dreams sounds like. I have no recollection of that theme at all. I have no connection with it whatsoever. It just amazes me how like different generations connect to different shit, you know? And everybody's like, bring back Broken Dreams. I'm like, what the fuck is Broken Dreams? I don't even know what that is. And then I listened to it and I'm like, what's so great about that? Why are we yearning for that? It's because it didn't register with me. You know, it didn't stick with me when I heard it or connect in any way. I'm just in my head and then right out the other side. And a lot of these TNA themes are the same way. Look at Earl back in his powder blue and bow tie. It's been a while. It's been a while. Looks like he's kicking out Tomko. Oh, I thought Earl was full-blown kicking him out. He's just making him get out of the ring.
Well, Tomko's got it crossed against AJ. He feels exactly. AJ talks in his championship. AJ looks like he doesn't care. Tomko can stay out there for it. He can serve.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised by how good that sounded. Kurt Angle's TNA theme. I'm like, that's pretty good.
In AJ's eyes before. Kurt, you accused
I didn't like the way it started, but then once it got into the meat of it, I'm like, oh, this isn't so bad.
That's the key. I mean, that's what I asked for on Impact this week. All of these accusations.
So Angle at this point has been gone from WWE for just a little bit less than 2 years. Because I guess it was the summer of 06, right? And I think he turned up in TNA around September of 06. Ish, right? I remember being blown away by that Angle was leaving and going to TNA. I'm like, damn, that's a big loss there. You know how young AJ is with the short hair. I mean, AJ and I are the same age, so that would make him 30 or 31 here. Crazy.
Kurt Angle, where's the gold medal?
Boy, again, the feeling out process here between these two, and you can just sense the tension, can't you? That tension mounting between the two competitors. At the same time, the fans here feeling this atmosphere. Just electric here in Memphis, Tennessee.
Well, they know they're witnessing something special, but I tell you what I like about this. You mentioned that this thing could erupt into just a brawl, a fight from the beginning. Both these guys are so professional. It's almost like they realize if they exerted too much too soon, that it can cost them. That they've got to measure themselves. They got to see what the other one has.
Now, neither man is a champion here, so this is basically just a grudge match, I guess. But help me out. How many Slammiversaries have they wrestled? Because I swear, without even knowing anything about TNA's history or knowing a lot about TNA's history, I swear we've got no less than 3 Slammiversary matches between these guys, right? Feels like it's a lot or something. I don't know why I think that. It just feels like it is.
Kurt Angle still holding the fact of that leg. We know how that he injured it. It's been a month he's been in the ring, and you can see Tomko starting to talk to him, but AJ just sent a statement right there, Mike.
Tomko now getting in between Kurt Angle and his opportunity to get inside the ring as Earl Hebner's counting. For that look on the face of Kurt Angle, never 1 second taking his eyes off of AJ's side.
Earl Hebner's buddy showing some balls there. I love it. Absolutely. Telling Tomko to stay away. Absolutely.
I thought the TNA refs did the stripes. It's crazy seeing Earl in that getup. His bow tie needs to be a hair smaller. But otherwise, that's freaky. God, look how quick Styles is. Look at that drop kick. Jesus Christ. I mean, that's a level of athleticism that, like, Shawn just didn't have. Shawn had so much athleticism to him and a lot of finesse, but he did not have the ability to do shit like that. AJ was more athletic than Shawn. And imagine saying that. Imagine being able to brag, saying, I'm more athletic than Shawn Michaels.
You see him jacking jaws with Tomko as well, and that momentary distraction allows Kurt Angle to step in and rake the eyes of AJ Styles.
And AJ Styles has got to be prepared for that. He's got to be prepared when a man is thinks that something's going on.
Maybe that's do you think that's a fair analogy? Like LeBron and Michael and AJ and Shawn? You know, like Shawn would be Michael, AJ would be LeBron. And even though LeBron is more physically, I think, gifted and more athletic than Michael, people are still going to consider Michael better overall. And I think the gap might be closer between AJ and Shawn than Michael and LeBron. But I think most people still would give the nod to Shawn. Just because of the greatness of his matches and how easily they came to him and that type of thing.
Everybody that's been hit with it says it's just devastating. AJ momentarily distracted. You saw him making eye contact with Tomko at ringside.
Hmm.
And again, maybe it's
You know, both Sean and Michael were so clutch, you know, and LeBron never had that same level of clutchness to him that Michael did. Even though LeBron came through in plenty of games and plenty of championships, there was just something about Michael that he couldn't touch. Oh, there we go. Finally, Tomko's gone.
taking control. But look at this. What is going on? I don't think our cameras caught that shot. Kurt Angle took some liberties and slammed AJ.
I think the big difference in that analogy is if people are debating Sean and AJ, if they're picking Sean, they're not going to be like hating on AJ at the same time. You know, there's so much, hostility when it comes to like the Michael and LeBron. LeBron sucks and blah, 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 blah. You know, they get triggered, by the very thought of the comparison. And so then it just turns into an insult battle, where they're dogging on the person they don't like or whatever. I don't think it would be like that with AJ and Sean. Oh, look at AJ go. I think it's more like, as much as I love AJ, I got to give the nod to Sean type of thing. Nobody's going to say, as much as I love LeBron, I got to give the nod to Michael. Fans, a lot of basketball fans have their panties very tangled over the idea of LeBron James. Ooh. God. I mean, back then, he could just bounce right up for that. I mean, he hit the dive pretty well, but a good portion of Styles' back hit the floor. And he's up.
It's just agility. It's unreal. Tuck your chin, roll in, cover, and barely. I don't even think he got a 2 count that time. Just a 1 count, only with a pin attempt on Kurt Angle.
I also have no clue the overall record between Angle and AJ and TNA.
Wow, what a backbreaker. Right for the knee. Yeah, vicious backbreaker across the knee. Follow cover with the far leg hook. Oh, and this time it's a 2 count. I'm sorry, Mike, but
AJ always found Broken Dreams overrated. See, I didn't even recollect it. I couldn't even sing you a bar if I wanted to. Like, it literally did not even stay in my memory. My brain did not consider it important enough to remember. And other fans are like, it's legendary. I'm like, we just different people.
so many things in that ring, and he does it on reflex. He doesn't react. And look at that. He sees an opening, and he gets up, and he just nails him with a couple rights. AJ the reversal. Angle shot off into the ropes. Oh, boy, the telegraph of the back body drop really...
This is the most I've heard from the audience so far. We got the Let's Go Angle, Let's Go AJ dueling chants.
I mean, we know how strong AJ is, but you maybe have to give that advantage to Kurt Angle. He just did it there. That's one of those things where he just put in the brute straight. Now look at he's going to do it again. He knows it stunned him. He's got him back up on the shoulders. And there he goes.
Jeez.
Him overhead and a bad landing for Styles, both on his back as well as his tailbone. Angle cover, and look at Kurt Angle right back on the...
So cool, too, because Earl reffed a lot I Angle matches in WWE. Who was there first, Angle or Earl? I think Earl was. I feel like the Earl thing was maybe around 2005 when that went down. They were doing some sketchy shit with some merch or whatever, and they got blackballed. And Earl was gone and never allowed back. And he danced right over to TNA. So I think Angle was there, or Earl was there before Angle, I think.
That really have made AJ so famous here in TNA, and boy, moves like that will ground you. The repeated shots, taking AJ by the back of the head. And
Dennis Rodman and John Spider Sally, a couple of bad boys. Today's the anniversary of their repeat back in 1990 when they beat the Blazers. I put up a picture of me as a kid on Twitter today. 2 pictures of me as a kid wearing the back-to-back hat and a couple of Pistons shirts. I was a big fan when I was 11 of those teams. Or I guess I was 12.
I believe the blood is flowing now from the nose of AJ Styles from those stiff shots from the Olympic gold medal. Well, you can look at the
Oof, AJ's got bloody nose.
Determination as well. As he gets to his feet, drives an elbow, drives another elbow. Anything he can do to break the hold, he does, and it's just shot after shot to the gut. That's how you do it.
There's a belly-to-belly. Angle neutralizing AJ at every turn here. Oh, AJ is busted in his nose. Yeah, I think I did see a picture of Roman at the Ass Boy convention there. Are they still in a rain delay, or are they doing any punchy face there on the White House lawn? Nothing says the decline of civilization quite like gladiator fights for the Emperor's amusement. We are living in the movie Idiocracy. We're like in it. We're particular individuals. That's what we are. We're just particular individuals.
Referee Hebner right on the spot, waiting to see what AJ's going to do. If he submits and he taps out, AJ going to try and break this chin lock here. Back up first to a knee, now back up to his feet. Going to try and rifle off some shots. First one's go into the gut, into the midsection. That one caught Angle high in the head and out.
Oof.
AJ comes off the ropes and tries to get that offense rolling. Angle stops it with a knee. And right where it hurts the most, and you can see AJ just double down. Yeah. And AJ, I think, just realized that his nose might be broken. Oh, what a back.
Oh, yeah. AJ might have suffered a broken nose, like legit.
I mean, that was close, and you can see Angle looking
So,
at it.
Angle is so, like, thin looking. Like, when he was doing the pills and stuff, I think he really lost a lot of... I think that shit, like, suppresses your appetite and stuff.
Measures him in the corner, right hand directed to the head, and Kurt's gonna stack him up again.
Where when you're doing something, when you're like drinking, you kind of you're bloated. You know, you kind of like get bloated and red faced. You get that thick neck.
It's unbelievable. Now look at this. He's just taking the foot, pulling at the head now, just jarring with him. Jars your brains when he hits you with those uppercuts. And you're right, Don. Look at the right hands now, and you know what he's doing here. He's also driving those shots both to the head and again back into the injured nose of AJ Styles, and that nose into the nose. Oh, look at that! He almost stuck him right out.
That's it's kind of like a backwards tree of woe, inverted.
And now Kurt's gonna try and follow up the advantage. Angle from the middle rope, gonna try and power him back into the suplex. AJ fights him off. Right hand after right hand to the gut.
I'll never forget John Cena's nose thing when he got. I mean, I swear his nose moved from his over here to over here, and he finished the match. Oof. Superplex. What a camera angle here. Oh, jeez. AJ countered into a front face suplex off the top. I kind of did Sally play for the Bulls? I kind of forgot that. He probably did. I think he did. Obviously Rodman went there. But I forgot about John Sally. So John Sally got a ring with the Pistons and the Bulls. I might have forgotten that. Steve Kerr, I've met a couple of times. He guest bartended at my restaurant for charity. And the whole entire Warriors team came there for dinner twice after they won the championship. Got to meet even Mike Brown, who won the championship with the Knicks. Mike Brown was in that night because I think he was assistant for them in those days. There's AJ. Finally. Look at this. Fucking riptide.
Talk about getting it up just in time. I mean, a split millisecond. AJ gonna try and go at Kurt one more time. Let's see what he's got here in his mind. Gonna take now a suplex attempt, angle up.
Oh.
And drops him down. The back of his head hit the canvas. Pin attempt, lateral style. 1, 2, and oh my God. AJ can't believe it this time. He looked right.
I mean, it was like a nonchalant pin, but it was also a nonchalant kick out. Angle needs to wake up.
Both men, AJ Styles
There you go.
Several times here at Slammiversary in this personal grudge match. AJ chest first this time into the corner. An angle connects the German, and you can see, Don, that he's got more than one in mind.
Oh, he does. He knows he's got to hit 3 or 4 of these if he can.
I didn't even realize that Angle is wrestling in just high top sneakers.
And he hits him with another one.
Boy, look at AJ. Look
It's starting to become more and more popular. I feel like a lot of wrestlers just wrestle in sneakers now, which is crazy. Because back in my day, it was boots or barefoot. There was no something else. It was boots or barefoot. 2 options. There wasn't a third option. Now there's a 5th, 6th, 7th option.
the adrenaline rush there by Styles enables him to dig down deep and take the Olympic gold medalist overhead with the release suplex. And you just look at the face of AJ Styles so you can see he's gasping for air, Don. He's trying to get the nose cleared. He's trying to get his breathing back at 100%. He's trying to get Kurt Angle back up to his feet so that he can deliver more punishment.
Just begging Kurt Angle to get to his feet. Spun around. Kurt does it.
Nice.
He
Oof.
does the same thing to AJ. Oh my God. Here it is.
Angle pin.
1, 2. Oh, AJ.
Damn, AJ. Was that a kick out?
AJ left himself open. He went for the discus move. That enabled Angle to get behind him and toss him overhead with the release suplex.
Oh, Sally was there in 96. Okay.
Able to put Styles away.
That would have been the Seattle series. They just beat the shit out of them, right? I don't think they swept them, but they made quick work of Seattle. And then I think 97 and 98 were both Utah, right? For their second set of three-peats. If Jordan's father was not killed, they would have had 8 in a row. 1 trillion% they would have had 8 in a row.
Look at the impact of this kick here. There it is. Wow. He just wrapped his foot. Did you see that? His entire boot wrapped around the head of Kurt Angle at the impact point of the kick. Charges it.
Oh.
Charges it. Kurt, he takes him with a belly to belly and tosses him overhead right into the corner.
He's tangled into the ropes, too, and you can see Kurt trying to pull him out. There it is. Again, AJ Styles fights out of it.
Almost Angle can't believe it that time. He saw him put his hand on his head. He thought the way that he sent AJ flying right into the corner and right into the turnbuckles with a bad
Was that the 72-10 year? Was that 96? Jesus.
You can see that AJ is weary.
AJ Styles trying to get this thing, but he looks groggy, didn't he, Mike? Oh, I mean, just look at him. Like he doesn't know where he is, and now going, whoa. AJ, you can look at that. AJ turned it around into a DDT.
Yeah, I've been to a bunch of basketball games, but only a couple NBA games. I went to a couple Pistons games as a kid, one at the Silverdome and one at the Palace.
He drops Kurt on his head and gets it.
Oh, man. That one there I thought had it, but he got it up in time. And again, referee Earl Hebner lets him know, let's show you this. How he was able to turn the Olympic slam into that DDT. Wow.
We're back live at Slammiversary. Kurt Angle still on a knee. AJ gonna follow up the offensive that he has here, taking his elbow, driving it to the back.
I've also been to hockey games at Joe Louis Arena. I've been to baseball games at Tiger Stadium, and all of those places are demolished. Joe Louis, Tiger Stadium, Silverdome, and the Palace, all gone.
There it is.
Come on, AJ, spin out of that.
Submission move.
There he goes.
But AJ
That's exactly how I thought you were going to get out of that.
that roll through and Kurt goes right into the corner turnbuckle.
And you have to do it before he gets his base to his feet. And AJ Styles realized that. He realized that Kurt was still wobbling. And he just sent it over, which was a great move. And now stops the momentum. Look at this. Oh, that
Wow.
is-
Wow.
Nails it. Here we go.
Second rope moonsault into a reverse DDT.
Oh, my God, that was close.
Thought he had him that time, especially the way that he fought Kurt completely unaware on that move. Angle not seeing that coming as he was able to float over the DDT inverted style, but AJ still not able to get 3.
I just heard AJ yell, come on. And I don't think he's yelling at anyone in particular. I think he just can't believe that Kurt can kick out of these things. He can't believe it's not 3.
It's almost like, come on.
I feel like AJ's going shooting star or something here. Nope. Oh, God. Angle's going to do the running thing. Running angle slam off the top.
With first of straight by Angle. Here we go.
1, 2. Oh, I cannot believe that AJ Styles.
I know. It felt like he wasn't going to get pinned by that, but they should have made a bigger deal out of it because that was technically Angle's finisher off the top there.
That Olympic slam from the top of there. And AJ, I was
of action. There was no way.
Kurt can't believe it either. But Angle, first man up to his feet, and he's going to pull the
Straps are down.
He's on AJ again, and he's going to go right back to the leg and crank on the ankle once again. The ankle lock applied.
Well, he's got it this time. He's where he wants to be in the situation. You can see AJ again. Look at this.
Look at there. It rolls through it again. For anybody athletic like an AJ or an Eddie, WrestleMania 20, that roll through to get out of the ankle lock is pretty typical.
All he's got to do. 1, 2. Kurt got the rope. Are you kidding me? I don't even know where the rope was.
And whenever Angle executes the ankle lock on someone who's not worked over enough and very athletic, they can easily roll that into a pinning combination. So I think when you face an Angle or an Eddie, you need to go for the Angle slam and only go for the ankle lock when you have them completely incapacitated. That's what I would say if I was a coach. Oh no, Styles clash. God, this makes me nervous. Nope. Angle got through it. AJ's hurt a couple of guys on that, right? The Styles clash, it always makes me nervous. I don't like the move.
Just a little bit. He turned it around and he's got that ankle lock again.
You wonder what AJ has left in the tank if he can hold off from submitting the pain. It's going to be so tough when you consider where they're at. But AJ crawling, doing everything he can, and Angle just drags him back to the middle so that he can't get the rope break.
You can see now Kurt Angle's got him right where he wants him, just screaming at him, telling him to tap out.
AJ not only fighting through the pain, but coming up with a move to break it. No, you see contact made as he pushed off with his
Down goes Earl.
3 foot. Kurt Angle went right into referee Earl Hebner, who was down. I think their heads might have hit.
Well, Kurt Angle looks at it. Look at this. AJ somehow able to use his feet. Get him around.
All right, AJ head scissored Angle outside the ring while Earl is down. Feel like Tomko might come back. Nope. Who's that? Oh, it's Karen.
She's got a chair.
Karen with a chair.
She's the center of all this controversy.
You're not kidding. The center of the controversy, the center of all the attention between Kurt Angle and AJ Styles, and Karen coming out here with the steel chair to ringside.
She's yelling at Kurt. What? Oh my God, she's not going to give Kurt. Is this her way?
Look at this. She's tapping on the steel chair to get Kurt's attention. And she's saying, Kurt, here, take it.
Well, the referee
What the
now.
hell's going on?
Well, look at this. Look at this.
Just rip it out of her hand, Angle.
Kurt's trying to grab it. She won't let him have it. AJ rolled him out. Look at this.
Oh, wow. Styles clash.
Here it goes. Rolling him
I think he's going to kick out.
Are you ready? 1, 2.
No, he doesn't kick out. Karen helps AJ win by... That was so lame. She, like, handed Angle the chair, but then he's like, he couldn't get it out of her hand. Like, just pull really hard.
Karen Angle. He's permanent chair. And while Kurt was fighting her for it, AJ took the opportunity. And you see the two of them hugging in the middle of the ring. Oh. Wow. What a match.
Competitive, all-out match.
All right, so Karen turns on Angle. He's got the chair right there, though. He's grabbing it right now. Yeah, there it is. Look out. Oh, is he going to hit his wife by accident? Oh, nope.
While they were celebrating,
What are you doing? Oh, she's going to slap him now? Oh, man. Can you put your wife in the ankle lock? Is that allowed? Or what? No? Can you punch her? Is this some Dana White shit? No.
Karen, get out of there. Right now, the guy's not thinking straight. You sitting there hugging AJ.
Damn, he spits on her? Jesus.
Now look at this. Kurt going right over to AJ, and here they come. Just shot after shot. Wait a minute, Tomko. You see Tomko's security.
Tomko's here.
And Tomko security all over the place out here.
And look at
Tomko's here beating up security.
He's just sitting and reeling. And AJ is...
And now AJ's in the ankle lock. Tomko gets rid of all the protection.
Tomko is preventing anybody from getting
Does anybody return here and save Styles, or is this just it?
break his leg.
Look at him get the force. You can see AJ. There's no way AJ can do anything. He's tapping out. You're not going to help. AJ screaming in pain. Oh, now Tomko's got a chair in his hand. Oh, there's Tomko's just destroying security. Now you see referees coming out. Everybody.
Wasn't Tomko with Christian in WWE? Did Tomko and Christian do anything in TNA?
Hectic, volatile situation at the conclusion of this to such a personal match, and now Kurt Angle right in the face of AJ Styles. Wow. AJ got the win, but he paid the price.
Basketball games are awesome. Try to go to a college one. Just go to your local closest college to you. Go to a game. Tickets will be cheap. I mean, unless you like live in Duke, in the Raleigh area or something. You're trying to go to Duke or Carolina games or whatnot. But any standard college around, just go to a game. They're fun. When I was a kid, I used to go to East Carolina basketball games. They were great. Blue Edwards played for them. He made it to the NBA, played for the Utah Jazz. I was going to games in the Blue Edwards years. And throughout some of the 90s. All right, it's time for the King of the Mountain match. That's exciting. Be right back.
Samoa Joe, ever since you captured the title of the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, it seems you've been trying to make a difference. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
You know, you're right, Lauren. I'm here to make a difference. You see, since winning this heavyweight championship, I've realized one thing. My sport, it suffers from an affliction, a sickness. And I plan to be the cure for that sickness. You see, at one time, a man walked down into that ring. He looked across at his opponent, and he knew who he had to defeat. He knew who he had the best to be great on that day. But it's not like that anymore. You see, now we don't reward the warrior. No. We reward the opportunist. You see, the man who bleeds.
How young Joe is.
Who sweats, who hurts to get what he wants. You see, he's in put to the top of the order. No. It's the politics.
It's a good-looking belt, I guess. TNA did not have ugly belts.
And then turns out to be your worst enemy.
So they had that going for them.
We change all that. When I won this belt, I guaranteed the fans at home, we changed all that. You see, the TNA fans at home, they are sick and tired of the norm, of the usual, of the politician.
Is that what we were doing in
Gonna walk in there, look across
2008?
and beat him into the ground to keep
Anal
his belt.
bead necklaces? Was that a thing, or
So tonight at King of the Mountain, I
feel like that would be smelly.
Individuals in the history of professional wrestling. And you know what? When the history books are written, will they say I'm the fastest? No. Will they say I'm the strongest? Probably.
Ben, did you wear those? You probably did.
Nobody.
Wow, so it was October that Karen and Kurt will be done, Ryan. Wow. Oh, yeah, except the Jeff Hardy belt. That I know about. That's awful. That purple Divas thing that he was doing, nah, that was ass.
But I'll be the man to lead a new era, a new band of warriors, a new band of...
I don't think there's really any belts I really, really, truly like in wrestling right now. I like AEW's world title.
By God, I am pro wrestling.
In WWE, I don't really like any of them, to be honest. Maybe I don't even like that one because I was going to say like the world heavyweight title, I guess would be the one I like the most. But I'm still kind of bitter that they just couldn't bring themselves to just bring back the old fucking big gold belt. You know, they got to have something with that damn logo in the middle of it. But I guess that's as close as we could get. So I guess that's probably my favorite belt in the company, but nothing beats the good old Winged Eagle and the Blackstrap IC.
Jeff Jarrett, of course, retaining the title, seemingly with Earl Hebner in his back pocket.
I mean, maybe the SmackDown tags I would say I liked because they're the closest thing that we have to a connection to the past because it's in the same style as the 1980s tags. So I'd probably say the tags in WWE, the SmackDown tags. I don't like the pizza belts. I don't like the US belt. I don't like the IC belt.
You have to first become qualified in order to do that. You have to pin one of the 5 guys. Once you score that pinfall,
I need to be listening to this.
you have to climb 20 feet in the air and hang the TNA World title.
While the man who has
Okay.
or submitted must spend 2 of the longest minutes imaginable trapped in a penalty box of the climb to the top.
There's a penalty box too?
Anytime there's a ladder in the ring, there's a chance for someone to get hurt real bad.
Each rung in the ladder represents another opportunity for an opponent to attack. Another obstacle that must
So it's like a ladder match, but there's a penalty box. Pinfalls are involved. I don't know. Seems convoluted, but let's see if I can get the hang of it. Anybody wants to spell out the rules for me here, let me know.
test their will like never before.
I think voiceover guy was explaining it, but
From great heights,
so these are some highlights of some previous King of the Mountains.
others
Damn.
come within inches of greatness. But only one will be crowned the king of the mountain.
King of the Mountain. All right. Feels like Joe is at a disadvantage here.
Is on the line as Samoa Joe defends against Christian Cage, Robert Roode, Booker T, and Rhino in the King of the Mountain match.
And the final stop on our Memphis video visit is the Main Street Trolley, Madison Avenue, the authentic. vintage
Why didn't y'all just hold the show in Memphis? Why'd you have to go 20 miles outside of town or wherever you are?
here in Memphis, Tennessee. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, back live inside the arena here at Slammiversary, it is time for our third of three championship matchup.
I think they're trying to front like they were in Memphis, and they weren't.
We're going to break down King of the Mountain with the tail of the tape. Here's the bullet points. The format for this King of the Mountain matchup, in my mind.
All right.
The defending champion Samoa Joe
Tail of the tape.
and 4 challengers qualified recently on Impact. The up in the air mental
This isn't really tail of the tape.
Joey Kevin
This is just shit to think about. History not on champion's side and King of the Mountain. This is your tail of the tape? That's terrible. This is the worst tail of the tape of all time.
Joe entered with the knowledge that no other defending title holder has ever left King of the Mountain as the champion.
Thanks for the tail of the tape there. All right, Nash is the referee for this with his gray-ass hair.
Well, he is
And he's in his gear.
Kevin Nash
This is his song. This is his music.
on everybody's mind. It's the relationship
It's the best they could do.
with the champion Samoa Joe. He always talks about Joe being his best.
He's still in amazing shape here.
Joe
Granted, the screen is making him look a little more jacked than he probably actually is, but this is 2008.
everybody's always got
And he's still going to come back to WWE 4 years later, right? And do the little deal with Punk. Think about that.
to be a plus for the champ.
Here comes Rhino.
And here comes the first of the 4 challengers headed towards the arena. Here comes none other than the War Machine
Rhino is just a straight line down his whole body. He has no, you can't tell where his hips start and his torso begins. It's just one.
And weighs a stout 275 pounds.
A stout 270. He's a stout 270.
And tonight looks to become a world champion once again. Rhino will use his ring experience and raw brute force
The voiceovers are just terrible.
in his attempt to capture
He will use his raw brute force.
championship once more.
Like, think about some of the little vignettes and whatnot we've seen so far, and then think about something like Limp Bizkit's My Way. You know, there's just such a huge gap between that type of stuff when it came to WWE and like other companies.
He completely turned his life around, and he finds himself tonight.
There's no energy or passion or intrigue or hype in any of these video packages that they do. It's just like, here's what's happening.
He needs luck.
Rhino is going to use his strength to try to win the match. It's just like, it's nothing. It's just nothing.
Looks to impress tonight and prove that he
Or WWE brought out so much emotion in those type of
Think back to Thursday Night Impact.
things and
Opponent
videos.
Morgan lost his temper. Robert Roode turned it on Matt Morgan, and Robert Roode qualified to be
I always liked Matt Morgan. I was always kind of a mark for him because I thought he was going to be like the real deal.
Weighs in at 235
And then it
pounds.
never really
Robert
panned out.
defeated Matt Morgan in the King of the Mountain qualifier to earn his first shot at TNA Championship Gold. Rude, a TNA original, has the chance of a lifetime. Will tonight be the night it finally pays to be rude?
Pays to be rude.
chance of a lifetime to describes the exact situation that Robert Roode finds himself in tonight. This is the opportunity, Don, for Robert Roode to prove that he belongs at the top, that he belongs among the elite of the competitors here in TNA. Well, the bottom line is,
Okay. Ladder match in reverse. You need a pinfall to be eligible. What, to climb the ladder? Okay, and then I think then there's something about a penalty box.
once you do that, you've got as good a chance as anyone else. And if nobody else qualifies, well, then you have the advantage. Robert Roode surveys the situation, looking around, seeing the imposing penalty box, the ladders around the ringside area, and he realizes, Don, that this is his chance to become TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
6 minutes left in the hockey game. Carolina's up 2-0. They're about to win the Stanley Cup, it looks like.
Challenger number 3, yes, it's the instant classic, Christian Cage, who looks to once again become TNA World Heavyweight Champion. It was on Impact recently where he defeated his former associate Tomko to qualify for tonight's match.
Okay.
6'1".
I'm kind of reading the rules.
235 pounds. A two-time
Okay, so yeah, so if a wrestler's pinned or submits, they go to the penalty box for a couple of minutes. Multiple wrestlers can be in the box at the same time and brawl with each other. Okay, all right, that's what happens? All right, so you got to become eligible, you must score a pinfall on anybody. Now, do you retain that eligibility for the rest of the match, right? Once you score a pinfall, you can basically climb up the ladder at any time. But if you haven't scored a pinfall, you can't use the ladder. Okay, I think I get that. Maybe we can get behind that. So, like, with the person you pin goes to the penalty box, when they come out, your eligibility doesn't go away, right? You keep it. TNA, y'all are weird. Y'all do weird things.
I think it's interesting when you break down the history of the King of the Mountain and you look at the 5 competitors, the 4 challengers, and the 1 champion this year. Only 2 of the
Christian has had unbelievably similar themes, hasn't he, in all the companies? This one sounds very similar to his AEW one.
Samoa Joe in 2007, Christian Cage in both 2006 and 2007.
Sounds like the exact theme, actually. I don't know anything about the production of Christian's themes, how they were able to use one so similar, or if Christian owned it or had it made himself, or what the fuck. I have no idea. And here comes Booker. What kind of song does he have? Does he have a knockoff of his Harlem Heat song? Please tell me he doesn't. I don't think I can handle that. All right, we get a little video package for each guy. Really? That's how much he weighs, huh?
Is a man on a mission. A man with bad intentions. A man who stands alone. He has been a world champion everywhere he has been, except in TNA.
Except in TNA.
Will Booker T
This is so
add
funny.
TNA gold to his collection and write the final chapter in his storied career?
Well, we got the Can You Dig It Saga. It is a knockoff of his Harlem Heat theme. I knew it. This kind of reminds me a little bit of like what they did for Bryan Danielson in AEW. Kind of like the hip hop version of that.
King of the Mountain match. He owes it to Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe won't dodge anybody. He took on the challenge. Now Booker T had to earn his way in from that point. But the funny thing about it is, it wasn't for Samoa Joe. He wouldn't be in the match in the first place. You think of how the wrestlers were picked to qualify for those King of the Mountain matchups to earn their way here to Slammiversary. As Don just mentioned, Samoa Joe.
So he's already been King Booker, right? He was already champion in WWE all those years later.
And on that note, we have introduced the 4 challengers. The champion is headed to the ring. Samoa Joe, he's been there before. But boy, he certainly doesn't have history on his side. No champ has ever left King of the Mountain with the title.
Wow. No, really, no champ has ever left King of the Mountain with the title, huh? And Nash is the referee.
180 pounds. The Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe, is prepared to make his most challenging title defense to date in tonight's King of the Mountain match. Tonight, the reigning world heavyweight champion will
Yeah, I'm not surprised about Booker T's theme, the way it's been able to be transferred so
Slammiversary
easily.
and prove he is the king of the mountain.
I've heard so many production or public domain songs that WWE has used that I've heard across all sorts of different platforms, sports, sometimes just regular ass documentaries, and they're playing some background music. And I'm like, WWE used that, you know, like you pick up on those things.
I'm not exactly sure of the rules of this match. Playing Samoa Joe's style, where he wants to have his opponent tap out.
You know, WWE's hotline number song was Lex Luger's theme in WCW. MJF's, is it like a YouTube a song, right? Right off the YouTube library, which I don't use. I use Epidemic Sound. I actually pay for music, but for music licensing. But MJF was just a song off the public library off YouTube that anybody can access. Like fucking crazy.
Samoa Joe letting the people know that at this point he is the TNA World Champion. Everybody asks, why is it so hard? Well, it's just the odds. You always talk about it. I mean, the deck is always stacked. The key is you've got to get yourself
I'm interested to see how this works.
Kevin Nash looking on. Ladies and gentlemen,
Were King of the Mountain matches? I doubt it, right? They weren't exclusive to Slammiversaries, right? You could probably do these things anytime.
to the six-sided ring, and we're going to send it to Jeremy Boras. Yes, JB, dead center in the middle of the ring. JB's got the introduction.
JB's going to do it. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is your Slammiversary main event, and it's the King of the Mountain matchup. When the bell rings, the man in charge, TNA official Mr. Rudy Charles.
Rudy Charles.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from Memphis, it's time for your main event of the
Couldn't get Buffer, huh?
challenger.
Got to call up, phone up Buffer.
At 275 pounds and comes to us from Detroit, Michigan. He is the War Machine, Rondo. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing from Walls.
Yeah, the rules are whack, but let's see what we make of this here.
135 pounds, Robert Roode. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, now making his home out of Tampa, Florida. He weighed in this morning at 232 pounds.
Christian's 232.
Instant classic, Christian Cage. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing from Houston, Texas. He weighed in this morning at 250 pounds. Booker T.
With the pinky in the air.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the champion. He weighed in this morning at 200.
He weighed in this morning,
Comes to us from the Isle of Samoa.
but he had a stack of pancakes for breakfast.
And defending TNA heavyweight champion of the world, the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe. Once again, to review, all 5 competitors start the match ineligible to win. In order to become eligible, you score a pin or submission
Okay,
win.
thank you, Mike Tenay.
The loser of each fall must spend 2 minutes in the penalty box cage.
So if you put multiple people in there, you got to keep multiple timers for each one. And then if one person's 2-minute comes up and the door opens, what's stopping the other guy from just running out? And if there's no rules in this thing, what's stopping you from not even going in the penalty box?
You're stuck in that cage and there's nothing you can do about it. And you're just praying that time will
I mean, I guess you could be DQ'd or
and get back into the matchup and
thrown out of the match, but I don't know. Well, looking where all these guys now are in their careers, I guess Christian still just had the one world title there, didn't he? The one that he had when he beat Orton and then lost it back to him. He beat him at lunch and then lost it back to him at dinner. Booker's a former champion. Samoa Joe's 2-time AEW champion. Rhino has got some NWA and ECW World Championship gold. Bobby Roode, of course, who I think at one point became TNA champion, right? Also was NXT champion. Actually, I'm not totally sure about Bobby Roode and the TNA title, but I feel like he was champ.
Now he's going to follow him up the ramp. You see the split screen. Joe sends Booker right into the guardrail. Well, meanwhile, yes, it's Christian and Rhino with a double team on Roode. Well, they do the double team move. You can see they just send Robert Roode on his back and he bones it up. But the bottom line is now, one of these guys, the thing is when you work together, only one of you.
They got referees stationed all over the place. There's one in the by the stage too. Oh, what it would be like to be 18 years younger. My God.
Christian Cage now coming in again. They're working together. Just trying to take Robert Roode right out of this matchup from the beginning. Another shot on his back, and you can see Booker T and Samoa Joe right now just in a fight. Just in a fight. And it's just one of those situations you can feel it brewing between Booker T and Samoa Joe. Look how quickly Booker T makes his way back down the ring as he saw Christian Cage up on the top. He caught his leg bad, too. He sure did. But a bad landing for Christian Cage, who crashed right down on his kneecap. That's just one of those things like that can take you out of a match like this, and he is hurt bad. Christian Cage just landed on that knee. Nice shot there by Booker T on the War Machine, going for a quick pin. Booker T realized it right away. You got to find a way to get someone pinned. Make him submit early on. You find yourself brawling out in the ring too much, you find yourself just on the outside looking in. Again, we're going to keep our eye on Christian Cage. It's his left knee. And he landed so
One thing I was also noticing about TNA back in these days, is how many WWE guys were there. I mean, this match really just has Joe and Roode as, what you would consider TNA wrestlers. Everybody else came in with WWE legacies. Even the fucking referee or enforcer. I'm like, obviously, talent is talent, But sometimes I felt like guys like AJ and stuff took a back seat when Booker or Jeff Hardy or Rob Van Dam would come in or something like that.
So many different styles in this matchup. And it just, look at this. He breaks him right down on that knee. And here he goes. Beautiful kick right to the jaw. Samoa Joe now.
Oh, he overshot the senton.
Right on him for the pin, but you see Roode get right into there and break it up and not allow Samoa Joe to become the first man eligible to hang the belt. Well, what you want to do sometimes is let somebody else do the dirty work.
Yeah, so that's crazy. So the way this has to go is like one person has to be eligible by himself. Wow, there's the classic walk-away spot. He's still doing that here in 2026.
Joe right on him, 280 pounds behind that knee drop. But the pin attempt by Roode is broken up, and then Christian able to recover and get back into play. Man, makes you think he's playing possum when on that knee. I mean, he had everybody full. Look at him come in. Now Robert Roode catches him to try and
Fisherman suplex or neck breaker? Nope. Christian.
no payoff for Roode. Instead, DDT by Christian. Just put him right on his head. Now Christian Cage looks up. There's Samoa Joe. In the
Joe just bitch slapping Christian. Jesus.
Rights and lefts with
Ouch.
the open hands. Christian going to be set for the ride across and done. Right into the turnbuckle. Joe follows up, elbow to the chest, and then a kick rocks his world.
Where's everybody at right now? Let's think. So I think Joe and Christian are going to be your only TNA. I'm sorry, your only AEW guys. Booker
By AJ Styles. This one is just a different magnitude.
and Rude.
280 pounds behind it. Looked like he might be trying to muscle buster out of the corner. Christian able to
Oh,
fight
nice
off
jump.
and leapfrogs over. Here he comes off the rope.
Oh,
Step slam by Joe. Leads to one, leads to two, and only two. And here comes Booker T. Look at that. He got a step slam for him.
Booker and Rude WWE. Rhino, I don't know where he is.
Sending messages.
Nash just has his podcast.
Samoa Joe did
So everybody's pretty evenly distributed.
not eligible to retain his title and win King of the Mountain. Back elbow by Christian. And then he
Ooh,
went
nice.
for it. The big forearm. Here we go. Lateral cover and Samoa Joe gets the shoulder off. Nobody eligible yet. At this point, nobody can become the King of the Mountain and take home the TNA World Heavyweight Championship belt. You can see Christian Cage telling Joe he's going to be that way, and now he's going to get up high and start bringing down the shots, one shot after another. Gets in Joe's head, motioning that the belt's going to be his.
I don't know where Booker is. Oh, he's over there. He's way over there. Rhino and Rude are battling on the other side.
With his leg hooked on that top turnbuckle. He caught him with the kick. Here he comes. Oh, he's got him stopped.
Oh.
What a kick. Just crumples him down, and there was nowhere for Christian Cage to go. Christian Cage wisely gets himself out of that ring. He knows that's a smart move. Look at Samoa Joe, though, riled up. Christian rolls out. Samoa Joe surveys the situation. Keep your eyes on the TNA World Heavyweight Champ. He was going to go for a dive. I don't think there's any question. And Booker T caught him from outside.
Yeah, there you go. Use the cage as a weapon.
And drives him right into the steel penalty box. Well, Booker T
The steel penalty box.
penalty box. Joe
Is the game over? Did Carolina win the, speaking of penalty boxes, did they win the Stanley Cup yet?
doing it with authority. And
They are about to. 30 seconds left. They are up 3-0. Congrats, Carolina.
Booker measures him. Drives that boot right into the side of Samoa Joe. Reeling now as you see Joe is just out of it. Well, you could just feel it from Booker T. You could hear it from him. I mean, just an extra extra force. You just feel the intensity here, Don, just a foot away from one of the challengers. Pin, attempt, and Booker.
Yes, Booker gets the pin on Rhino, so Rhino goes to the penalty box, and now Booker can use the ladder if he wants. Do I have that right?
Booker T is eligible. Booker
Okay, they're starting the clock before you even get in the penalty box. You shouldn't do that. You should start, I think, okay, they took it off the screen. It needs to be started when you get in. Let's see if they restart the clock there. Otherwise, he's just going to be in there for a minute and a half.
Now it's gonna sit and watch. One good thing that could come of that, you didn't get a little rest as you see the fight going on. Look at Booker T just sending bodies everywhere right now. Pretty obvious what he wants to do. He feels like he weakens Samoa Joe. He further weakens Christian and Rhino, and now he takes the championship belt off the shoulder. A little chest bump there for Kevin Nash. He's just bitter at everybody. He just wants to send a message to everybody, and I don't know, that's just the way you want to go. Kevin Nash here to make sure everything goes as planned. All he had to do was just take the belt.
That's all he had to do.
Look at Samoa Joe from outside. He had hooked on to that ladder, not enabling Booker T to put it into position and hang the belt, and Booker drops down.
I'm pretty confident in my old homies back in North Carolina that they're not going to be, hopefully, not setting any cars on fire and beating people to death in Raleigh.
Cage on the ladder. Takes Booker T and Samoa Joe out. Two for the fight to one. Two with one move. But as Christian gets back into the ring, Rude measures him, stops his neck as he comes off the middle rope. Here's the pin. Here's two. And no. Christian Cage not going to let him have it. Robert Roode almost eligible. And while this is going on, the clock is ticking for the War Machine. Rhino's 2 minutes in that penalty cage, winding down. You see the
There we go. They never put the timer back up, so I'm wondering if they added time to it.
Robert Roode continues the assault here on the Instant Classic. Going to try and take Cage up, and Christian reverses it. Here comes a catapult. It just sends him right over the top of the War Machine.
All right, Rhino is out.
Right in at Christian Cage. Hey, it's not personal here.
Yeah, these guys are old pals,
They slap hands, and now they
Christian and Rhino.
all of a sudden the realization sets in at what's at stake here. Unprettier attempt on the way. Maybe too early for Christian. belly to belly style. Well, that's that power. That's that force. Well, he was going for it, but it's going to end up costing him. It's Samoa Joe.
I mean, Joe and Rhino was kind of a cool. I'm glad they had some matches together because that's really cool. I'm sure there was more than this. Is there one-on-one matches between Joe and Rhino? I feel like that's dream match-ish for the time, you know?
Defense, equally as important as offense here in this year's King of the Mountain matchup. We see Christian laid out as Joe puts the boots to him. Again, keep in mind, just one man eligible at this point. Booker T, the only one.
I wish we would have gotten Samoa Joe versus Goldberg. Actually, I don't. Oh, wow, Joe. Because I know who WWE would put over in that situation. And it wouldn't be who they should. I cannot believe Joe could do that, even back then. Was Christian going to the top of the penalty box? Oh, my God. What's he going to do? Moonsault? No, he's not. No, he's not. Nope. Just a normal dive. Ow, Jesus. It's still like a stiff landing on the pile of bodies there. That wasn't the smoothest. I love they have a DVD advertisement as their apron. Remember the house? My background used to be 26,000 DVDs. I packed them up, put them in storage. Simplified my life.
One thing I respect right now about Big Sexy Kevin Nash is he's like the referee that lets him play. I mean, he understands what the importance of this matchup. He's not instituting himself. He's not trying to set the rules. He's just there to make sure they're all followed as he looks on. But remember, once you get a pin or submission, you've got to go to him to get the belt to hanging. Christian uses the ladder as a weapon first before sliding it in. I mean, this is something that Christian has to think about. You put that ladder in when Booker T's the man that's eligible at this point. You may be setting the table for Booker. Look out, Rude's got the chair. Christian's got the ladder. Oh, what a shot by Robert Roode. As he just nailed that chair. Here he goes, too. Robert Roode.
All right, Christian is in the box. Well, they're starting to clock again. All right, so I guess you don't have to worry about that. You're really only in the cage for a minute and a half. It's not even that bad. It's so stupid that they start the timer then, isn't it? I feel like it should start when you're in there. Oh, okay, now we got somebody else in there. Oh, now we got two fucking timers. Get in there, Rude. See, it shouldn't be fair that... Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, Nash, do your job. Nash is just going to chuck him in there. There you go. Get your ass in there. Locked in the sin bin. Oh, Mike Tenay. Oh. Yeah, Don, we saw. Also, another thing TNA did is I feel like their intent was maybe to capture, you know, some of that cult magic that ECW had, and fuck, they failed at that. You know, like the fans just do not have the energy, you know, that are rabid, frothing at the mouth ECW audience, you know, filled with passion. They didn't have a fraction of that, you know? When you don't mark out for Kamala, I can't take you seriously. And those fans barely even acknowledge his presence. There we go. They're already unlocking it. This feels very unsecure. Feels unsecure. Christian Cage climbing the cage. Wow, frog splash onto both. He's going to pin Booker right here. And Booker goes in the cage. Now we got another timer. They should have made it 3 minutes. that way if you're going to stall to get in there. It's very ineffective. Like, by the time you get in the cage, half your time is gone. Nash passes Christian. Oh, yeah. You got to. I forgot. You got to put it up there. Have they ever done a thing where someone not eligible tries to hang the belt?
Samoa Joe right behind him. Look at that grip. Wow. Just takes him all the way back.
Ouch.
Christian Cage. You better be careful because Christian Cage is working his way up. Oh, he's close. Oh, he's so close. Inches away from hanging the title belt, but Joe climbs up the ladder, and it's got to be going through Joe's mind that he's not eligible.
Yeah, I was about to say, Joe's not eligible yet, right?
Christian Cage was 2 inches away. Here comes the door.
Gore to Joe.
Samoa Joe still not eligible for a win. And being on the receiving end of a powerful move like the gore from the War Machine Rhino, certainly not a positive for the defending champ. And now I think you see why no defending title holder has ever left Kingdom Mountain as champion. You just have the deck stacked against you in so many different ways. Looks like Rhino may be headed up to hang the belt. And you know what? It'll happen one day. The odds will make it happen. It could happen tonight. But it is just so hard. Right now, though, Samoa Joe's got to find somebody to pin if he wants a shot at it. Because he's not even in the mix at this point. Countdown clock on Booker T and the penalty box reaches 10 seconds. As we see,
Nobody's even moving. Booker, got a little rest in the cage, in the sin bin.
He looks like he just wants, he's just not ready. Look at him. Just wore out, but you got to suck it up. You got to reach down, and we know he can do that as he works his way out. And you can see Rhino.
Nope.
Booker T just grabbed the belt.
Oh, Booker hits the enforcer with the belt.
And look at him, he just cracked the War Machine with the belt. Booker T using the TNA World Heavyweight Championship belt as a weapon.
On everyone. There you go. Now just walk up there and hang it. I think Christian can. Christian's climbing the ropes. Nope. I feel like Booker should win now.
Booker T looks up. He realizes he can change TNA. Oh, he knows that they're all knocked out. Who's going to stop him? Booker T climbed the ladder, hang the belt, and become TNA World Heavyweight Champion for the first time. Here he goes. Climbing up, realizing you get one shot and you can see the emotion in his face. Kevin Nash, the special enforcer. Big Kevin Nash has made his way inside the ring.
Oh.
Kevin Nash took that first shot from the belt from him.
Oh, he's a power bomb. Booker off the ladder.
Keep Booker T from sending it up there. Wow, Kevin Nash just in time. And now, Christian Cage, this is his chance. Samoa Joe's desperation. Joe, in a position.
Yeah, Muscle Buster. Is he finally going to eligibilize himself? That's a word. Oh, Christian gored through the table.
Northern lariat by Rude. Dicks Joe. Now, you see Rhino going to try and shoot Rude off, but instead Rhino goes into the corner. Catches him with the elbow, and Rhino from the ropes now gets knocked down to the floor by Rude. Robert Rude.
Come on, Joe. Catch Rude right here.
As Christian Cage is knocked out of the table. The War Machine Rhino. He's out. Now Joe getting to his feet. They're going to arm wrestle for the belt.
They're going to arm wrestle for the belt. That's not really what they're doing.
Gets the best of it and then catches Joe with a couple of rights. And as Rude tries to climb the ladder, Joe in pursuit. Oh, he kicks him away. Robert Rude. Oh, would this be a shot? He swings and misses, and what a kick by Joe. What a kick.
Now Muscle Buster him. There we go. Finally. Pin. Now grab the belt and go. He might make it. He might actually make it. Oh, no. And he does. What a weird-ass match. You got to climb up and put the prize back up there. That's how you win. What?
Joe hits the muscle buster on Robert Roode, and it was the perfect opportunity. And you see
And he had a lot of help from Kevin Nash on that one. And so Samoa Joe becomes the first man to retain in the King of the Mountain match. Do I have that right? Yeah, that's some angle Hell in the Cell Armageddon shit right there. That's a big, big, big disadvantage that you're at. Oh, man. Well, another TNA pay-per-view I was able to witness. Like I said, it's hard to really feel it. I don't connect with it, but at least we have a lot of pay-per-views and a lot of events from TNA where you get matches like Kurt Angle and AJ Styles, and you got so many of these legends, in their prime or very young, like Samoa Joe. So it's cool and fun to look back on. But unlike WCW, where over the years I was able to develop an appreciation that wasn't there previously, I haven't had that same thing with TNA. It's just never been. I mean, outside of some good moments and some good matches and even some good shows. And then he wins. I'm glad to see the belt on Joe, in a landscape that includes, Nash's and Booker T's and Kurt Angle's and Christian's and all sorts of other WWE stars. I'm happy that Joe is not only champion, but he's retaining the title at pay-per-views, even if it means being with the help of a WWE star. It still counts. It counts as good in my book. All right. Nice. All right, guys. Well, we watched Slammiversary 2008. That was awesome. Maybe next week we'll do something that might be more appealing to a wider range of fans, but I'm really glad we watched the TNA one. But we've got a lot of things, King of the Ring, and even some NWO anniversary stuff coming up. So let me take a look at the calendar. We'll come up with another watch-along or two to do. Because in a couple of weeks, I think on the 28th and 28th, it's Forbidden Door, so we won't do one. So I guess we'll get back here next week. And then it'll be a couple of weeks off because it'll be Forbidden Door, and then I'll be on vacation. So next week, we'll do one more. I'll probably put up a poll for that. We will either do, probably, King of the Ring 97, which we need to do, maybe Great American Bash 96, the 30th anniversary of that, when Hall and Nash first got there, or we'll do another Raw Nitro watch-along. Maybe I'll ask you guys on YouTube and we'll vote and we'll take it from there. We should be here tomorrow for Raw. My plan is to be here tomorrow night for a Raw review, so make sure you join us. We'll be here after the show. It's back here in the States, I believe, so it'll be normal time for a review, not a daytime shit. So check us tomorrow night. I'll have a link and a thumbnail up for you later on this evening or tomorrow. And you guys have a great rest of your night. Thank you so much for hanging out. Oh, it is Father's Day next Sunday. Good point. Thank you for that reminder, Ryan Adams. The Bischoff on Raw debut. That might be a fun one to do, but there was no Nitro. Anyway, y'all take care. Have a good one, and I will be catching y'all tomorrow night for the Raw review. See you later. Have a good Sunday. Peace.